check 2.
Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. Now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
The name is Law Nation. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Let me get a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, and you. Come on with it. Mama said there'll be days literally just like this. And as this room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk in Beyond. Come on with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. So I see you. I see you, Elijah. Elijah, I see you. I see you, Elijah. All right. I would go with that. I was thinking about Burden or Judkins. I was thinking about Burden or Judkins in the second round right here. The Cowboys last night, it's a bittersweet thing because we all know that the Cowboys, somebody said they blame Boss Cowboys Sports. Man, no, you know, the brother was right, you know, so shout out, kudos, and credence to him. And I had a gut feeling yesterday. I said, man, my gut is telling me that the Cowboys going to go with offensive line. And they did just what the gut was telling me. And somebody was saying, hey, Law, you had IBS. And I kept messing his name up last night. I keep calling him Brooks instead of Booker, you know. But Tyler Booker is a guy he's going to be a mauler, right? He's going to fit right on in. And even Jerry Wayne Jones and things saying maybe we can do the tush and the push, right? Thank everybody who showed up last night. My apologies for the technical difficulties on the internet side. Unfortunately, things happen in life, right? Far as we had a good 45 to a 50-minute stay with no problems, no issues, and then the outages happened at the area, and a lot of people was affected by it. But we still mustered through. Shout out to Flying Above the Rest. Shout out to Jacob. We had a lot of people to come on in. We had Coach Prime, the imitator Coach Prime. He came into the building. We had the IBF champ. We had Polka. We had the whole team of Law was there. It was great. It was at one point we had Superman, Stacy, Elliott in, as well as George Teague in the building. So hey, so it was great. So with all of that being said, man, put a 1 in the chat. Now it's time to go get Scatterboo. Oh my gosh, man! Wait a minute, Scatterboo out here saying
my turn. Told me it was my turn. It's my turn.
All right, Scat, chew, God dog. Jeez. But at the end of the day, man, Toxic says AOC pulled the Wi-Fi, wanted more dollars. Oh, my gosh, man. No, it was just for what it was, man. Shout out to everybody, you know, all of the content curators in this space. I think we all did a great job, right? Is he on right now, 105.3 The Fan? Boy, I'm picking the right time. Let's listen to him right quick. Hold on right quick. Boy, I'm on the right foot with the right time, huh? Let me see if I can turn to 105.3 The Fan. I'm hearing that he's live right now. Hold on. Let me see if I can get past all of this. Hold on. Might get a commercial, though. Might get a commercial. Come on. Skip it. Let's see if we can get it on up here. Hold on. But I appreciate everybody, man, for their draft coverage.
Of course,
man.
Kyle Hamilton's their guy. They're the type of team that they make those picks, and sometimes they're boring because they're just like, there's going to be a really good defensive player in our scheme. And then they consistently are right there in the playoffs contending.
Y'all let me know on 105 when they do absolutely play that commercial. But here's what I got right here. Here's what I got right here. Shoot, the Cowboys ended up getting somebody, and put a 1 in the chat whenever it's time for him to start speaking, because I don't want to go give you guys too much. This could be a long show because we got so much material to go over, and I want everybody to get things going, you know. Yeah, appreciate it. Law, did you see the hype speech Booker Gay had with Parsons? Yeah, I mean, he literally.
And the Dallas Cowboys are selecting.
Mm-hmm. What is this?
Tyler Booker, offensive lineman from Alabama, is the official pick out of the Crimson Tide.
Hold on. I am excited about the pick. Hey, it might be a great player, but we just laughing at him. Hold on. I am excited about the pick. This guy
Is that wee woo? Shout out to wee wooing. You know what I'm saying? Is that wee wooing? Let me see what it is.
So you never, ever have to replace it. Your value stays constant year after year.
Y'all let me
and that's
know.
why they said, you know what, let's throw this warranty, this lifetime transferable warranty right on top of it. Because we want to
him and Tyler Smith, guard on guard with Zach Martin leaving. This is one of them picks. I mean, wow, he is a beast. He is a beast. I just wanted to see that on my side of the ball. That's it. But this guy's a beast. I'm not mad at the pick. I get it. Look, that's the type of excitement I had when I was a Cowboy. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, God.
But all right, so let's listen to the hype part of it.
Quote, I make.
Hold on, let's
You
listen.
had one of my favorite quotes of the entire draft process. You said, quote, I make guys not love football anymore. What does it feel like to see the love of football leave someone's eyes?
It feels great, you know, like football is a child's game. So like people wake up, be like, man, I can't wait to play this football game today. They listen to their hype music, they take all the pre-workout, they get so excited to play football.
I go to the
until
moon.
They come across Tyler Booker.
I go
and
to
then when
the
I'm
moon.
going after you, quarter after quarter, play after play, series after series, and I start to see that love leave their eyes. Like that's what makes me love the game. Like I just really love.
I like that.
Oh, it was. Hey, let me rewind this part right here.
Love the game. Like I just really love.
Hey, should that one replace this one? Hey, jeez, hold on.
We love the game. Like I just really love.
Ah! Yeah!
Right now.
Yeah! Yeah, hold on.
Really love.
Oh,
Really love.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
hey, shit. Hey, he crunk as a mug over there, ain't he? You know? Hey, I don't know who's. Let me play it one more time. One more time.
After series, and I start to see that love leave their eyes. Like that's what makes me love the game. Like I just really love.
One more time.
That's what makes me love the game. Like I just really love.
Yeah! Boy, I'm telling you. All right, Booker T, baby. Booker T. God damn. I don't know who was more crunk. I know how Shannon Sharp going through it right now because I don't know, man. But hey. Oh, boy.
Swallow that.
Oh, my gosh, man. Definitely use that one. All right, so I don't know how y'all feel about Booker, but we got a bunch of Tylers, right? If you like to pick, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't like to pick, put 0 in the chat so I can gauge where y'all at. I want you to gauge where y'all at. Come on with it. Got a super chat. Come on with it.
Mr. Soulful $10. What up, Law? I was not high on the Booker pick at first, but I popped on that Texas, Bama film from 2023 and he stood up Sweat and Byron Murphy a few times. That game sold me. He will make Pro Bowls.
He will. And I get it right now. I said it last night on the show, what have you, is that I like the pick. I don't love the pick, right? I'm telling y'all straight from the heart of heart, I want a skilled player, right? But when you're talking about vision in line, right, and putting things in the right perspectives, and I would love to show y'all Alabama tape, but I can't because of copyright. But I'm going to tell y'all that the Cowboys going to have them a road grader, right? I can't even talk today. Let me get my Frenkel coffee mug going. They got a road grader, right? If you're going to run the ball, boy, we got some ones up in here. Shoot. Yeah, God, no.
Oh, boy.
So, if you want to run the ball and you want to build your team, I'm looking at Shotty from this particular aspect of it. He's building the foundation. He's not putting fresh paint on the house and saying, hey, let's get it. Now, coaching plays a major role on concept, schemes, and what we're going to do. If we're going to be doing pull traps, if we're going to be doing GT counters, if we're going to be getting our guys laterally out in space and moving forward, then you want the strongest guy. You want the guy that have the best grade at their spot. Now, I get it. Most people will look at this and say to themselves, all right, but we want Law Nation. We want a skill guy. But the Cowboys are looking at it like, okay, we got multiple holes. How can we fill that one hole that's on this team that I know for sure that I can look at it and say, guard, center, guard. We straight right there. Tackles, we're a little wishy-washy, but the best protection you can ever have is the protection up front, the pocket. And I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is a pocket thrower, but what I'm telling y'all, we going to be a pocket runner. We going to be busting A-gap, B-gap all up. We got Tyler. We got Baby. We got Tyler. You know what I'm saying? Oh, come on with it. Now, I'm not hyping, man, this up. Ain't that right, Brian? Come on with it. Yo, Law, do you think we're going to get a wide receiver in the second round? Oh, man, hold tight. Man, that's what I'm hoping. Now, we can get Burden, but here's the thing. We're going to miss out on a key part before we get into the fourth round, and that's where we don't have a pick because we still need a D tackle. Now, if the Cowboys, who's the best D tackle available right now? Who's the best DT right now that's available? If the Cowboys do that, then I'm saying, man, this team right here, bro, they all trench and warfare this thing out. Because we still got one piece that I'm looking y'all right in y'all eyes right now that everybody got a reservation on their front. I'm looking at y'all. Look at my eyes. Look at me. Look at me. Yeah. I know for sure you're okay with Parsons on the edge. You can live a little bit with Fowler on the edge. You can supplement some things with Osa Odigi Ozua. But there's one piece that I know for sure that all of y'all are kind of worried about. is Mozzie. That one tech. Everybody's worried about that. And if they go in here, and if they go out there and they draft an Alfred, if he's still available, you guys, some of y'all will be saying, I get it. Some of y'all going to be saying,
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
I guarantee y'all be saying that. And them two are not like the Booker and the defensive tackle. They are not sexy picks, right? They're not. But they are picks that you can live with. And that's what, Stacey Elliott, he had a weird analogy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But it's a needed pick. It's not a sexy pick, but it's a needed pick. And let me see if I can pull this up from last night. Hold on.
It's an experience you'll never forget.
First NFL game experience you never forget. Hey, that's what I try to make with these moments here, man. Is being able to give people the experience that they never had before, especially with a draft party, And even though it's like nobody wins or lose because you don't know how the puzzle going to fit at the end. Yes, right now Tyler Booker is the guy that we have on the team. But we can all argue that we can't judge the moment because you still got to wait for the second round, the third round, and, of course, we don't have a fourth-round draft pick, but we got a fifth. What's your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I know Tyler.
Okay,
Yeah,
you know. Listen properly.
I've talked with his father, his parents.
Yeah.
He comes from a great family.
That's good.
Great young man. Great upbringing. Great supportive family. And a hell of a talent.
Yeah.
So I think it was a great pick. I mean, yeah, it may not be as sexy, but then again, I think him coming from Alabama and playing on that level, the mindset. Because one thing about playing for the Dallas Cowboys, when you're an offensive lineman for the Dallas Cowboys, it's not like being an offensive lineman for the Jaguars.
Right.
No offense to them.
Right.
But we live in an era of brands. So we can go down the list of the great offensive tackles. Like we can go down the list of the great running backs and defensive ends and tackles, the Dallas Cowboys. So it is kind of sexy.
Yeah.
She a little thick.
She a little thick, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Come on with it. Yeah, she on the thick
And
side.
some people like them thick.
Hey, big back, big
Hey,
back.
look, I got a little brother.
Big back.
I got a little brother. He like him 5'2", 350.
Yeah, shoot.
That's thick.
Motion in the ocean. Shoot.
Yeah, so hey,
sunshine. Throw it
some
up in
people
there.
don't like that little thin stuff.
Yeah. So hey, you know what I'm saying? More dimples than the golf
Yes,
ball.
sir.
Come on with it. Yeah. So some people like. So it's just what it is, man. BBW. If you like thick, put thick in the chat or BBW. Don't give me that thin slice of bacon. Give me that thick slice of bacon. I know people don't eat the swine for your mind. Give me that big poach chop, man. Don't give me that little interesting Ethiopian-sized poach chop. I want it thick. Give me that hippo poach chop. Come on with it. So at the end of the day, hey, now that's huge, 350. He ain't had to oust his doggone brother, God dog. But at the end of the day, 5'2", 350. You ain't throwing that up in there. But at the end of the day, it's not a sexy pick. It's not a Ferrari. This is that big boy team thick right now. So, hey, slim thick can work too. But we're thick over here in Cowboy Nation. And if we continue to build that trench warfare in, then all we have to do when it's like that, we can literally have our run game to just slide right in there, right? And I hate for it to sound that way, but that's just the only way that I can explain it. When we are busting through A gap and B gap, we got to be able to get these running backs up the field untouched. So whoever we get, so far we got a Javonte Williams, we got a Miles Sanders, not Monroe, and then we got a Tiny Deuce Vaughn. I don't know, but one thing I can tell you, that on this team, if we go into this second round with the 44th pick, we can get an Alfred Collins. Or if not, we can go get the wide receiver. Or if not, we can go get the cornerback. We're going to be missing out on one of those pieces because we only got 2 more picks before we go into this dry spell, because we don't have a 4th-round draft pick. So which one would you rather have? An interior defensive tackle? I'm asking y'all straight up. Do you want the defensive tackle? Do you want the wide receiver right now? Or do you want the cornerback? Those are your 3 choices. Those are your 3 choices. We can't go O-line again. You can't go O-line again. You're not going to go quarterback right here. You're not going to go kicker, punter, right? Wide receiver, running back, defensive tackle, cornerback. Somebody's going to be missing. And we got to figure this out because we don't have a 4th-round draft pick. We don't have one of those things. So we're going to be waiting for a long time. Warner, appreciate you. Law, Dr. Q, don't be surprised Hankins return. Don't know what the top 5 running backs are left. Cowboys may need to go 44 to 34 to snag one. And that's what, look, we up against our division who one can argue. I hate to speak life onto this. But the Eagles got better. With Jihad Campbell, they got better. The Eagles by far got better. The Giants, they got Abdul Carter, and they traded back into the first. Y'all know I like my guy Jackson Dart. You know what I'm saying? They went and got my quarterback, right? So I'm sitting back waiting like, all right, cool. What they going to do next? By the way, the Washington team, they made a safe pick. They got to protect their number 1 asset. The interior is good for the next 10 years. I love to say that, but I got to wait and see. There's 2 wait and sees right now. 2 wait and sees. Because as advertised, right, with Tyler Booker, I think that we can sit back and say, okay, he ain't going to be as bad as Tyler Guyton was year 1, right? He's inside. He's wedged in between somebody to his right and somebody to his left. So naturally, organically speaking, it's going to be better, right? It's going to be better. Hey, Kenneth says, Law, I'm disappointed in you. Well, long as I'm not disappointed in God, sure, I'm okay. God loved me. I can see the favor everywhere I walk. So, hey, I'm not living to your appointment, but I'm living up to my expectations with the Creator. So I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to live up to your expectations. Y'all get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to hold you in contempt, Kenneth, but I'm just letting you know. Yeah. As long as I'm operating in where I'm supposed to be at and walking in my authority, you see the glow on my face? That's nothing but the favor of the Creator, right? So long as He is giving me the approval, I don't seek approval from you. But, I get it, though. You may feel disappointed. But long as the Creator is approval of me, I'm good, right? That's all I live by, okay? But neither here nor there, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you got to handle that. You know what I'm saying? When men say that they are disappointed in you, and as long as you operating and walking in your authority, shoot, what man say don't have nothing to do with my shine, what the Creator's giving me. Come on with it. Oh, man, come on, y'all take that.
You feel pretty good about it because they feel pretty good about it.
They feel like they're not guessing at all on this one.
Yes.
Yeah. They feel like not only is do they know exactly what he is. Look, the only question I think you can really have about Tyler Booker when you watch him on tape is it's literally just the athleticism.
That's it. Yeah.
If
Pause for the AI.
J Diz, $10. Bottom line it for y'all, they aren't drafting a weapon in the 2nd or 3rd rounds. DT 2nd 3rd CB calling it now. The Jones family gonna sell their guys that they have bro like Mingo and Tolbert unamused.
JD is that. I feel you, man. All right, so the point of it all, let's go back to the dichotomy of what my guy Mike McCarthy was. Last year, Stacey Elliott, now granted, I get it, his son played for the team. But if y'all listen to the first 10 to 15 minutes when we were live, he broke down that the team quit on Mike McCarthy after that Green Bay game, right? So after the Green Bay Packers game, everybody kind of knew what was up, right? When you have a guy like Jeff Blasco who never coached as it relates to running back, right? He never coached. Look it up. It's in the datas over there, right? And you have Mike Solari, who's working on his AARP card, right? Who need to retire, right? Old man River. I ain't been ages. So when you have all of those, coaching is a major thing. To a degree, you got to want it so bad when you are a coach. You got to stay up so long that you can't be people friends. And the Cowboys last year was on their way out. So when you looked at a team that was inflated and had no one to inflate them, of course you need weapons. And Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks couldn't have been able to do it because who were they going to lean on when their number one wide receiver from the year before was holding out, which was CeeDee Lamb. Now, these do sound like bevies of excuses, and I will give you that. But if you have a healthy CeeDee Lamb in training camp this year, a Michael Parsons who said he will attend everything this year, you are starting off on such a major head start than what you did before. So that's what I'm getting at. There was an excerpt from Travis Frederick, I believe. He was on one of the shows, and he talked about how Bill Callahan coached that brother up so good that he didn't even want to get drafted by the Cowboys because of the coaching aspect of it. I can guarantee you my bottom $2 somewhere that Mike Solari, Blasco didn't coach up these boys the way they supposed to. Now, that is the excuse. I will give you that. But the enabler was Jerry Jones, but the mindset was from the head coach. He lost all momentum after that Green Bay Packers game. He was just waiting for time to go by. How many people in this chat was like one of these type of things that was saying, you know you about to get fired, right? And they gave you a termination deadline of, let's say, July. How much efforts would you put in at that job? You know, you ain't going to put in a lot of efforts, and that is the problem. Now, Shotty, he's new to this now. He want to make sure he make an everlasting impression. But I guarantee you, after every Sunday, if you have a guy like Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, and Tyler now Booker, who got that dog mindset mentality, he's going to leave you better than bros. Because his mindset is just this right here, and I'm not hyping the guy. I'm not, but you got to give him a little grace. Yep, Angie, thank you so much. Thick girls equals smothered pork chops eating good. Yeah, give me some mashed potatoes with mine too, though, baby. Hey, shoot, come on with it. Come on, give me some mashed potatoes, though.
Like adversity is going to hit, and how are you going to respond? And then everybody loves to play football but when it's easy, but who loves to play football when it's hard? And I feel like that's what separates the good guys from the great guys at the game of football. And then ultimately, I just love the aggressiveness and the tenacity of the game of football, like how it's legal assault out there. And I love football because the brand of football that I play, I make guys not love football anymore. And I do that every down by really just giving them my all and letting them know I'm not going to let up. So the thing I love the most about football is taking the love away from other people.
He said, now this is different between what he said and what Mozzie said a couple years back when he said, I don't like football. I just like hitting people. Right? Now, if we go through the levels, and I ain't trying to preach at y'all, but if we go through the levels of liking something versus loving something, that's two different levels there, right? Two different levels. If I like something, I'm going to do okay with it. But if I love something, that's blindly. I'm making sure that I'm doing anything and everything in my power to make sure that I do something that I love doing. Lost Cowboy, appreciate you. I really believe we're going cornerback. Hey, here's the thing. We talked about this on the Cowboys Collective. The cornerback room drops off really big after this day. You scrambling and scraping for a cornerback. But here's the other part of it. You can put some mask over some defensive tackle in the later rounds. But the potentials of a later round defensive tackle will give you a Denzel Jackson. Will give you a Rodgers that we have on this team. And we ain't trying to go look for Denzels and shout out to Denzel, but we ain't trying to get those boys, right? We're looking for somebody that can fit right on in between Parsons and Osa that can move some stuff out the way. Or if you need a running back, your latest part of this draft that you want to get a running back, you can probably sneak into the 3rd round and get that running back. 4th round, we don't have that pick. That's a big old Michael Strahan gap right there between the 3rd round on our last pick to the 5th round. Now we reaching for straws. BD says maybe a trade for wide receiver loss. Steven did hint at that. Yeah, he did. So right now, everybody would be kissing the rings of Jerry Wayne Jones. He got 3 of them. Y'all kiss all 3 of them rings right now that he have. If the Cowboys go and do something like this, oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Oh, snap. Breaking news, the Dallas Cowboys select, oh my goodness, they made a trade for Garrett Wilson. Y'all will lose y'all mind right now. Oh my goodness. Or if we even say, okay, if we can't go get the DB now and we get a Jalen Ramsey, maybe y'all may lose your mind a little bit like that. But if you go out there and get Garrett Wilson right now, oh my goodness, that will really solidify a lot of things. D. Ortiz says close to 750 and batted 200 likes, man. God, dog, man, come on, man. I know
My turn.
Y'all hit that like button over there. Come on with it. Sure.
It's an evil world we live in.
Appreciate you, D. Ortiz, man. Come on, yeah. Yeah, come on with it, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. That's a big old gap, huh? Shoot.
Somebody who wants a guard in this modern NFL to be able to, pull and get to the edge really quickly and get up to the second level with the best of them. Yeah, that's not going to be him. But everything else checks the box. And for them, I think they look at it and say, we've got so many guys here that are graded similarly. Where are our tiebreakers? Yeah. And I think with their tiebreakers, it's we want to be better in the run game. We want to rebuild the trenches. And a big part of this is this guy is like all-world leadership football character. They don't have any sort of questions about the type of makeup that he has. He very famously, last summer at SEC Media Days, Saban had picked Georgia and Texas in the SEC title game. Yeah. And they asked Tyler Booker about it, and he said, he always said that some guy that lives in his mom's basement shouldn't determine how you feel, so I'm not going to let a guy who plays golf all day determine how I feel.
Talk to him.
And just flipped it, and that's the kind of mentality you're getting. You're getting a captain, you're getting not just a guy who gets in the way when he's blocking, he's finishing every single time. He is a bulldozer. He is going to change the temperament and the makeup of the offensive line.
Versus dudes, like he's whooping Georgia guys, Ole Miss guys.
Bunch of big games. Yeah. A bunch of big games.
Let's put a round of applause to my guy, Vach Lombardi.
Nobody.
Yes, I would say this about Vach. My brother, man, with the 3-piece suit or the 2-piece suit, still with the do-rag. Come on with it, man. I love it, man. Shoot, that's my brother, man. Shoot, I'm your brother, don't you know? So that's dope, man, for him to be able to be on the platform, to be able to still be himself, and that counts. That counts a lot. That counts a lot. That's not industry. That's not corporate. That's Vach Lombardi. Come on with it, man. Y'all put Vach in the chat somewhere, Come on, y'all do it for my brother.
This guy.
Bunch of big games. Yeah. A bunch of big games.
Mental processor. Yeah. You want to talk about on the twist, the stunts, and especially watch if you have access to tape, watch him play against Georgia. Watch the way he handles the late front, like the late shifts in the front that Kirby Smart loves to do. He handles that as well as just about anybody. He's got a handle on all that.
Yes, indeed. He's about to do-rag represent us. Yeah, shoot. Yes, indeed. They don't know the struggles. You got that C4 hair up under there, and shoot, you trying to get them waves, or you trying to keep it all tight and stuff like that. You got that Dax on your head or that Murray's. Shoot, you don't want that to leak all the way. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you want to be able to exemplify that, you know. So yeah, shout out to my guy, my dog, man. One of the surprising elements been the Shador Sanders. We would talk about that. I don't know whether or not that is a thing that the Cowboys would consider. It would be crazy, insane for them to do such. I need to see 305 somewhere. We need to call him to the principal office when we do open up the phone lines. But at the end of the day, yeah. Hey, man, y'all leave me alone, man. Y'all know the struggles. You know what I'm saying? I got a brother, I ain't gonna call his name, and I'm talking about blood brother. And that brother used to break some combs around at my cow. I like, God, dog, how you break that one? Cow, teeth all missing, man. Hey, teeth like piano mouth with the comb because of the fact that his hair was so hard, you know. So when he started growing his locks, I was like, okay, all right, cool. And then when his locks are really long, and it's for what it is, I love it. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Edgy. I saw that. Hold on. Let me see if I can go to it right quick. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I thank everybody for tuning in. We're going to play more of this audio of what the Joneses thought about this particular deal. But this is on Angie. She kind of reclipped something. Shout out to her.
No, hold up. Everybody keep talking about this Robin shit. I've been watching Batman for years. I ain't never seen Robin did shit. How many Batman movies we done seen? Robin ain't in there one of them motherfuckers. Go get me an old dog and cane. Get me somebody you like. I don't give a fuck out there. We're going to go get all these motherfuckers. Fuck all that. I need me a rider. Fucking Robin. Robin ain't never done shit.
James Brown, $9.99.
$9.99, man. Appreciate you, James. James Brown, get down. Come on with it.
Go get me old dog to go with cane around this motherfucker. Somebody that's going to stand on their own and handle their business. I don't need no Robin. Talking about a Robin. Robin ain't never did shit. I'm old. I done seen Batman for a long motherfucking time. I ain't never seen Robin do shit but untie Batman and shit. He ain't never saved the day.
What this guy got against Robin, man? Come on, man. What this guy got against Robin, man? Don't y'all know that Robin saved Batman 1,000 times over? You know, Robin always saved Batman. When that belt didn't work for Batman, he'll hit a special button. And Robin come out of nowhere to save him, you know. And then for those who don't know, Robin eventually becomes Nightwing, I believe, right? Is Robin Nightwing? Yeah, so when we say Batman to someone's Robin, we need somebody Robin. Alvin Harper was a real good Robin. Tony Hill, you know, well, Tony Hill was a little bit better. But y'all get what I'm going, right? We was going somewhere when we had Terry Glenn and we had the Terrell Owens. Terry Glenn, Terrell Owens, that was a nice little setup of weapons, right? R.I.P. to Terry Glenn, right? But it was just too much overpowering for the kind of caliber of coach we had. So when we moved on from, boy, what a downgrade. We moved on from.
Timothy Jackson, $10. We need to draft our running back tonight. Caleb Johnson would be perfect at 44 if he's still there. Otherwise, I would take the best receiver available.
I got Henderson and Quinshawn over Caleb, but Caleb is sneaky because he gives me, like, I ain't gonna say Marshawn Lynch vibes, but he give me like what's the guy? Fred Taylor type of vibes. He give me that type of vibes. Like the dad, not the junior. Fred Taylor, the Jonathan Taylor is the junior, right? Well, no, they're not juniors. Okay, he give me Fred Taylor type of vibes, right? That would be good, but I'm kind of like maybe we can get a running back like Tut or somebody like that in the third. Angie says Robin ain't never saved a day. Man, Robin saved the day many a times now. Timothy, I appreciate you for your support. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support. Not gonna lie, Brock says he loved Caleb. Give me Henderson. Give me Judkins. Yeah. Caleb Johnson, my third highest rated running back. Mark says Collins Amos, running back. We can literally go with these options right here. Trey Harris still available, right? Is he? Okay. Jaden Higgins still available. Man, y'all probably fall out your chairs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, give me a running back now. Okay, J.G. Whitworth, come on with it. Shout out to you, making sense. Appreciate you. We got J.D. from D.C. What's good with you, man? Thank you for jumping in.
JD from DC $9.99. Was Sopla. So, I guess the Dak Prescott trade intel we got from, allegedly, Will McClay, via law caller was false.
Man, it was
Gotta
so
love
fun.
the off-season rumor mill. Lol.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man, for your support and your donations, man, and all of that good stuff. I want to also commend my brother, Jay Tuck, man, for being out there in the streets, man, and being able to interview these guys, man. He's doing an unbelievable job, Lynn. He's doing an unbelievable job. And let's listen to him.
Dallas. So Dallas Cowboys just retired Tyron Smith, Hall of Famer, Zach Martin, Hall of Famer. What are you going to bring to the next era of Dallas Cowboys football now?
I'm going to bring Tyler Booker. That's what.
That was so me. That was so me. I know the feeling. I had, growing up in life, I had two successful brothers. They had the 4.0 GPA. That's a damn hard thing to fight. 4.0 GPA. I didn't have the 4.0. My other brother, that joker never made a B until he got into high school. So I'm sitting there like, God, dog, you know. And I'm the runt of the family. I'm the flat-out runt. I'm 5'10", 5'11" on a good day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you, all of my brothers like 6'3", 6'4". I'm the runt of the family. And I know the feeling. Everywhere I go, I was always known as not my name. It was always, man, you little, I ain't gonna say his name out here on the internet. You little this, you little that. I was always little, you know what I'm saying? And everywhere I go, I was sitting there like, man, being the middle child, hey man, being the middle child ain't all hyped up to what it's supposed to be. Yeah, you get all of the hand-me-downs. Hey, man, this shirt don't fit him no more. Hey, give it to Law, man. I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? What happened to me, you know? So when Tyler Booker said that, I'm just me. I'm living up to my expectations. I felt everything. Lil Law, ain't that right? Yeah. Y'all know the feeling. Sure.
G Cuddy $19.99.
Shout out to you, Cuddy.
Law, last nightly was typical all Cowboys. Always think they are the smartest street ones in the room. Watch both Travion and Judkins be gone. Even if they are there, we will go like LB.
Now, that will be wild. That will be wild if we go LB, but I'm not taking that, G Cuddy. I'm not taking that. Yeah. Facts, Law, middle child gang. Yeah. So my older brother, when he got a chance to go off to college, mama gave him a car and everything. He had a fistful of cash and everything, and then it dropped off a little bit when the second brother went to college. You know, they went to the same college. So when it was my turn, where my button at? Yeah, hold on.
My turn.
No.
Told me it was my turn. It's my turn.
It's my turn. You know where my car at? You know, I had to go work a summer job at Piggly Wiggly, mopping floors and cleaning out bathrooms to go get me a doggone car. But that taught me something. Nothing in life is given to you, right? You got to fight for the things that you want. And at the end of the day, it taught me a valuable lesson. That's why I appreciate the things that I buy, because it's no longer a hand-me-down. I'm going to buy my own shirt. You know, I'm going to buy my own jeans that fit me. Man, his shirt was swallowing me up and all of this stuff because they were twice the size that I was, right? And them jokers were smart. But it gave me a will and a determination to continue to fight. And some of y'all are just like that that's watching right now. Now, being the youngest, you spoiled a little bit. Yeah, that's how twin is spoiled a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But let's listen to this one more time, and I ain't gonna stop it this time because it's just my turn. Come on with it. But out of everybody, yeah, I'm not saying I'm banging on the table saying I'm the most successful, but I'm the most hard-working, dedicated to my craft person out of my brethrens. But it's just for what it is, all right? Yeah, man, that shirt was so big, bro. I had to fold mine and tie it in the back a little bit and cut it. Boy, we were all po folks back in the days. Come on with it. Shoot, what y'all know about beans and bologna, man? Come
Tyler,
on with
welcome to Dallas. So the Dallas Cowboys just retired Tyron Smith, Hall of Famer, Zach Martin, Hall of Famer. What are you going to bring to the next era of Dallas Cowboys football now?
I'm going to bring Tyler Booker. That's what I'm going to bring. Me being me has gotten me to where I've been this far, and I would be doing me and the Cowboys a disservice if I come in and try to be those guys. Now, with me being Tyler Booker, I'm going to learn from Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, and the rest of the vets in that room. But first and foremost, I have to go in there and be me and understand that there's a lot that I have to do better. There we go, New Haven in the house. What's up, baby?
Tyler, welcome.
I love that, man. Shout out to J Tuck, man, for all that he's able to do out there. And let me see, he got another one right here.
Tyler, what is your message to all the Cowboys fans back home?
Message?
What is your message to all the Cowboys fans back home?
For 3 years at Alabama, I gave my all, blood, sweat, and tears. I stayed loyal, I stayed down, I stayed true to the program. I was a captain, I was a leader, I was very involved with the community. And they're going to get the same thing out of me for however long God allows me to play the game of football. Like, I'm looking forward to playing my roots in Dallas. I'm looking forward to being a pillar of the community, and I'm looking forward to win multiple Super Bowls in that city. And that's going to start whenever I get there tomorrow and meeting everybody and getting to work. It's going to happen one day at a time, but those are my ultimate goals.
I love his response, man. I was a captain, I was a leader. He's speaking qualities that you got to take home with you. I was a captain. I am a leader. Qualities, I'm a leader. So I love that. Appreciate you for your support. Walker Wade said fans were complaining when we drafted Tyler Smith. Yeah, I'm not getting Mozzie vibes or Tyler Guyton vibes from my guy right here. I'm not getting that. But what I'm getting at is that we know the programs. And one can argue that Guyton was dealt with a short stick. It wasn't a long one for him. I'm not putting no lipstick on this thing, right? Because we all was looking for a skilled player then. But he done already crossed the burning sands now. We might as well. He done pledged to Cowboys. Shoot. So we might as well put him out there and see what he's going to do in this situation. But you are not worried. All of you guys are not worried about your interior. Y'all are not worried about Tyler Smith. You guys are not worried about Cooper Beebe. Who's worried about Tyler Booker right now? Who's worried about him? Because you got to understand every move was made for another move. Every move was made for another move. Okay? Each one teach one. Law, what you have on that? Well, this is ESPN breakdown. Let's do our division, though. With the third pick, with the second pick altogether, Abdul Carter, edge rusher, 6'3". We got to go up against that, even though he's on the edge. We got to have somebody stout enough to at least attempt to go one-on-one with Carter. You can't double team not with Carter, but with Dexter Lawrence. Can't double team everybody. So what is your counter? You draft big boy inside. Matthew Golden won't help you out with the Giants, unfortunately. All right, so let me go straight down to here. This is the analysis of Tyler Booker. Covers up defenders, get some push in the run game. His footwork is solid on zone runs. He takes sound angles, working up to the second level. We need to get to that second level. He's an outstanding competitor. I need somebody to compete. And guess what? Brock, I had to get that one out anyway. Brock Hoffman gonna have to fight for that spot. And if he wins against a 6'5", 322-pound kid, then shout out, kudos, and credence to Brock Hoffman. But Booker, he gonna have a leg up on this thing. He's younger, stronger, and this is what he do. Grade, maul people, lay all over them, So those are things that we got to be ultra ready for. John's had Chauncey too. Yeah. Booker gonna move two people. Yeah. So if we can make sure that we have the proper angles and counters and things like that, then we just got to make sure that these things can work out. Here's another part of the puzzle, ladies and gentlemen. Be mindful. Be mindful, ladies and gentlemen, that we still got to deal with the front seven of Washington and the Eagles. We got to deal with that. We can't run from it. We can't. Let me pull up this right quick. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I want to pull this part up. Shout out to everybody, man, that's tuning in. Hold on. Let me just give y'all a little motivational piece from Luther, not Vandross, but Burden. I want this. I want this. I want Luther. Making sense is law. I want to see what Hoffman and Booker look like together. It's going to be nice to see. It's 12:52 a.m. You see the ball, the gloves, the helmet. And shout out to Brandon Laurie. He says, after not being selected in the first round last night, wide receiver Luther Burden was working out at 12:52. Could the Cowboys be a landing spot for Burden in the second round? And we sent a lot of praises from that, I want somebody to look at this and say, hey, you know what? They counted me out.
J Diz, $5. I get the pick at the end of the day. Law. Golden was a reach at 12, but my thing is trade backs still get booked in an extra early round pick.
And that's the next angle that I was going to go, with that, and I appreciate you, J Diz. She had to say your name, Twine. Here's my thoughts on this. I really feel your pain on that. And feeling your pain on that, we could have maneuvered a little bit better. I get all of that. And what's the pick, the proper pick for us as we reflect these things? I can tell you, who had that take on there? Hold on, bear with me. I'm going to find that take. We'll go to Instagram. We're going to go to search. We're going to go to D. Yeah, I think Jeff Kavanaugh had a real good take on that, Let me see if I can find it, though. Y'all bear with me. Here we go. Big, what's good with you, man? Thank you so much for your support. Big Rivers. Let the AI speak on it.
Big River breaks $5. This guy will remind people of Eric Williams. Big guy who will pound the hell out of D linemen and make them quit. He has a mean, nasty streak.
Now, Big, man, I'm all about supporting the players, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about talking good about it. But, man, come on, Big. Come on. Hey, Big. Hey, retract that one, man. Hey, I don't want to let them – you know what I'm talking about? I'm the middle child, right? And my two oldest brothers, when they was 7, they wore a size 7 shoe. When they was 8, they wore a size 8 shoe. When they was 9 – etc. They wore a size 9 shoe. they feet didn't stop growing. Them jokers got 14 and a half feet. You know what I'm saying? Mine stop it. I'm 11 and a half. My shoe size is 11 and a half. But you got to understand, when them hand-me-down shoes, you had to put paper inside so they won't slide because they feet was growing too fast. So we had some new shoes. Mama was like, man, ball that paper up, put it in them shoes, go take your butt to school. Bring back some good grades now. I'm sitting there like, hey, how am I going to get good grades? My feet sliding in these shoes. Come on, mama, you got to give me some new shoes. But Big, what you done did, you done put some big shoes on that kid, and he ain't qualified yet. He's a guard, and he's inside. He's a rookie. I get the nasty mean streak, but Eric Williams, boy, Eric Williams was the only guy that can make Reggie White cry. Come on with it, man. Come on. No. I like pumping up our players, but come on. Just call me Dom. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. How the fastest wide receiver and the best quarterback do versus Philly D-line? Well, if you got a good front, you can still drop your safeties to the deepest so that erase your fastest wide receiver. Your best quarterback, if they don't have time to throw, I don't care if you Joe Montana, or Patrick Mahomes, you won't be able to get that ball out. So, yeah. Yeah, Eric Different was different. Yeah, that's the only thing, man. But I appreciate the super chat, But Angie said Law was folding the tips of his socks before putting them in his shoes. Amen. Hey, we had to double up socks. What you know about that shoe? Let me put 2 pairs of socks on, so they're 4 socks so I can fit that damn shoe. Feet sweat like a mug over here, man.
A pick at 12, and they went with Zach Martin's replacement. The Cowboys somewhat shockingly drafted...
Let me see if I can find it.
The pick that might make people riot, but you shouldn't, Tyler Booker, Alabama. Just a guard. People get bored too easily. We need to block. The pick that...
Hold on, that was him.
I can't hate it.
Okay, come on, here
I hate it because I want them to be able to block.
I hate it.
I want them to be able to block.
And I remember, I was one of the ones who talked about protecting on the interior.
Yeah.
But I just think...
Yeah, where'd you go?
12 guard?
Whoever they picked at 12, you were going to say 12?
No.
This guy?
Tackle, I'm good.
No matter who it is.
Tackle, if you go Josh Simmons, okay. I'm okay with that. If you go Golden, Abuka, I'm okay with that. If you go... I didn't want Will Johnson at 12. All right.
I'm telling you, they ran into the weird draft. Okay. And in the weird draft, they looked around and went, the guard, I guess?
I mean, I think not only is it... I think they've signaled that this is something that's coming for a long time. And this is why I asked Jerry Jones on Tuesday whether or not they could eliminate the idea of taking an offensive lineman early because they've put so many resources in. They've signed 10,000 offensive linemen this offseason. You thought that they might have had it settled. But one thing is you look at who they got at OC. They got a former offensive line coach. You look at the offensive lineman coach they got is a guy that's known for developing talent and making the most of guys. You look at what they lost, Zach Martin. The one thing, I think the Zach Martin, versus Johnny Manziel thing, I think has stuck in the mind of Jerry Jones because it worked out so well with Zach Martin. And I think they're trying to replicate that over and over and over again. And then you saw Tyron Smith retire officially. You saw Zach Martin retire officially. And I think Jerry Jones got in his mind over the last few weeks. If there's a tiebreaker situation, man, this could be the pick for us.
I'm mad who the F is Tyler Booker. I'm happy to tell you who Tyler Booker is. And I can tell you that last year I did not like their first-round pick. The year before I did not like their first-round pick. They've had a lot that I have not liked. This one, I go back to how I've started sentences about this draft since I was talking to my friend Dane Brugler, and he used these words to start a sentence. In this draft.
Max A. Millie $5. What's up, La Cowboys went with the wrong Bama player SMH. It's cool Eagles got my guy man shrugging dark skin tone District of Columbia 4L.
You talking about Jihad Campbell, man. I commend you. Man, you was on Jihad Campbell by like 3 months ago while we were still in the season, dog. But, boy, we were talking draft in October, wasn't we? Jeez. But when you first mentioned G. Hod Campbell, when we was like November talking draft, everybody kind of looking at you like, dog, what the hell? You know, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? You know, dark skin tone. It's funny. We got another super chat from DJ. Man, let the AI speak on it.
DJ Sand $25. Law, I'm not excited for the pick, but since we didn't trade back, I think it was a good pick.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like what Stacey Elliott just said, you know. This is not a sexy pick. It's not. This is not an excitement of a pick that you can run home to and say, Mama, Daddy, Pookie, look what we got. You know, this is the type of pick that most people will be literally, hush! Hush your mouth. When we score a touchdown next year, I don't want to see you celebrating. Hush your mouth. Eat them beans, you know. But I want some candy. Eat the beans. G. Cuddy, man, one way or another, the draft pick is going to be recalled for years. Yeah, regardless, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't with the Cowboys, especially, you know, looking back at the historical data of everything. But let's listen to this right quick.
I'm hurt. I don't understand. You have a chance to, one, draft for a weapon, and you don't take it. Two,
who's the weapon? For clarification.
Matthew Golden.
Yeah.
He's here in Texas. Draft him.
It's not the sexiest pick, but it's a good pick. He replaces Martin right away.
Hold on. You're not look, that's what now, Cowboy fans, we got to be unconditioned because I know everybody going to put these conditions on us. We got to take the conditioner off, right? This ain't no leave-in conditioner. Tyler Booker is not a Zach Martin. Don't put him in those shoes. Them shoes too big. He's not an Eric Williams. I like what Tyler Booker said. I'm going to be TB. I'm going to be Tyler Booker. That's what I'm going to call him, TB. He's going to take over Tom Brady's name, right? Shoot. May he have as many rings as Tom Brady. That'll be nice for us, right? But what I'm telling y'all, this TB here, this TB right here, he ain't going to live up to those expectations. I don't want him. I want him to just come into this thing knowingly.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
He better go in that thing saying, I got to fight for this spot. Cowboys, don't y'all be going out here giving him this particular situation saying, oh, we drafted you in the first round. It's automatically yours. If I'm Robert Jones, if I'm Shadiq Charles, if I'm Hakeem, who haven't played football in 10 years, right? He made the team, right? If I'm Brock Hoffman, I'm going straight to Booker. Carry them pads, bro. Where that helmet at? Carry that helmet. Yeah, you going to have to carry this. Yeah. We ain't holding the doors for you. No, I want them to treat him just as bad. Don't make it soft, Shotty.
You're going to get a Pro Bowl offensive lineman in the future. Would I like McMillan better? Yes.
He's a right guard, and he's okay. He's not even that good.
I'm very surprised. I thought for sure as soon as Tank came off the board, Matthew Golden's going to be in Dallas, but I guess not. Hey, but I'm happy with the pick. We need a lineman. Now that Zach Martin's gone, we need a new guard.
Number two, Shador Sanders.
This team hasn't done anything in 30 years, so thanks a lot, Joneses, for giving us another bad draft.
We need weapons. When we went and got Amari Cooper, we look like something new. We need weapons!
Hey, man. Hey, bro. Boy, he need tissue, boy. That boy hot, boy. Look at them eyes, boy. He mad as all get out. Oh, my goodness, man. We do need weapons. And one bullet is not going to kill this beast of the things that we need. The old dude, he was hot. That joke was hot. They booed, this is from my guy DP, they booed Tyron. Yeah. They booed Travis. I believe so. They booed Martin. They booed Tyler Guy too. So you got to throw him in there. Don't just point out the good ones. D Shift, Booker or Golden / Ibuka makes a Pro Bowl first. Yeah, D Shift with the hard questioning there. Yeah, stay paid. Yeah, you're right. He's a first round draft pick. He got to start, but don't make it easy for him. Shoot, yeah, yeah. Don't make it easy for him. You know. I think that Golden went to Green Bay, right? Ibuka went to Tampa Bay. They both went to the Bays team, if I'm not mistaken. I think that Ibuka probably have a stronger chance of making the Pro Bowl. If the Cowboys win this season, or when we win this season, you know how the hype up prop's going to be. I think, let's do a wager, Shift. I'll give you $199 back if Golden or Ibuka make it before Booker. Let's do that, okay? Let's put that wager on the line because I think Booker will make the Pro Bowl only if we stay healthy this season. I'm not putting stipulations on this side deal that you and I going to have. But I think Booker will make the Pro Bowl first if we win this season, and especially if we have run game. If we running the ball, they're gonna give it to the rookie. They're gonna give him the spotlight and all of the shine. Nobody cares about Matthew Golden now. He's in Green Bay. Nobody. He's gonna be a speck on the wall. He's gonna be like one of those little specks on the walls now. He's in Green Bay, and he's a Texas boy playing in cold weather now. So I don't know, bro. You know, so I think Romeo Dobbs still there. You know, so I don't know, bro. So I like Matthew Golden, but you know, by him being in Green Bay, Texas kid, I don't know. David Woods, member for 32 months. That's a long time, man. Appreciate you, Civil Level 1. Thank you. And Jay, member for 8 months. You've been rocking for 8 months. Angie, come on, congratulations. Buddy eyeballs popped out. Yeah, he did. Yes, indeed. Ken Armstrong, I can't declare Guyton as a bust. I can't. I would love to say that he's finna be all good this season, but I can't declare him as that, you know.
Hey, Tyler, I got to ask you, you know, we've heard the secret call of the team, and you referenced there to Brian Schottenheimer that he needs to keep playing the Whitney Houston. What Whitney Houston song were you guys listening to?
So I forget which Whitney Houston song. I wanted to say the one exactly. I told my parents as soon as it happened. So my parents 100% no. Okay, I want to dance with somebody. I remember now.
I want to dance with somebody.
It was funny because we're sitting there talking. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning, and like I got to talk over to Whitney Houston, but I loved it. Like he's just authentically himself.
Hey, Tyler, I got to.
That's dope right there. Yeah, David Wood, yes, sir, Law Nation. Appreciate you, man, David. Thank you for jumping in. The protection for Dak Prescott, oh, my. If Dak Prescott stay healthy all year, it's going to be a situation. All right, so we're moving along. This is some good adulations, good praises from a guy that we know that we all liked, you know, coming out of the draft. And I know it could be some Roll Tide biasness, but this is from Will Anderson Jr. Spoke extremely high of Tyler.
Tyler Booker, man, I speak very highly of him, man. Great character guy, but I think he has all the attributes you need to play the offensive line position. He's a mauler. He loves to finish blocks. His leadership skills, his mentality. He wants to be the best, and he's really hard on himself. And, you know, I'm kind of the same way, and that's what builds you up. That's what makes you know who you are. And he has all those things, man, and I can't say enough good things about him, man. And wherever he end up, he's going to change that team, change that program, and change the offensive line for sure. Tyler Booker.
Was that wee woo or what? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. Where's your wee woo meter on that one? You know, there's going to be a quick D Artist. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Come on with it.
D Artish $9.99. I'ma keep a close eye on Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Miami, in Indy. I love Booker, but I think the Tench guys are just pro O-line guys. Can't wait to see him dominate though.
Yeah, we're going to keep a close eye on that. I think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they fell into the right spot with him with Mike Evans, and then you have Ibuka, and, of course, you know, you got the run game, Baker Mayfield, so you got more options. I think Chris battling through that injury and coming back, he wasn't the same player, so now you get a tier up from where – well, he's not a tier up, but he had a potential side to be a better version of what Chris Godwin was over there in Tampa Bay. So, yeah, I mean – hey, shout out, kudos and credence to Tampa Bay. And then they a playoff team, right? So they going into a situation whereas they already battle-tested. They're going to get things going. Not to dismiss the Green Bay Packers, but I think that, you know, for what Ibuka does with the complementary pieces that he's going to add in, it's going to be nice for him. Yeah. Let's do this right quick. And we'll be right back, but it's going to be multiple stops on this one. Hold tight for me. Let's talk about control. And first and foremost, I'm talking about control body odor, and that's anywhere. And all you have to do is shop.mando and get $5 off of your starter pack. That's $5 off of your starter pack, but this is the one that I need to get back in to, and be sure to check out our people over here. Yo, if you're serious about gaming, you need to check out the Turtle Beach Self 700. The headset is built for power, comfort, the hybrid leather cushion, metal reinforced design, the clean, lay flat look that made to last, the real magic, the dual driver that give you high definition 24-bit audio sound. That crisp, that footsteps, clean shot, 3D sound that put you in the game. And switching device easy. You can bounce between PC, PlayStation, and even your phone with Bluetooth. Thanks to crossplay. Noise cancellation, giving you crisp, crystal clear, zero static sound. Game smarter, play louder, dominate everything. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. And be sure, man, when you purchase it, let me know in the chat if you have purchased one of these, because this also will help out the nation in so many ways. But neither here nor there. The smooth, sleek look of the Turtle Beach is great for to have. It's got over-the-ear comfort, and then it even have the part that if you want to, it got noise cancellation. And let me pull this out for you. You even got the pull-out where you can speak right into the tip, and it give you that clear audio, noise cancellation, HD sound, and it's sleek, cold when you put it over the ears, and it won't hurt your ears, especially if you're gaming for more than 1 or 2 hours. You got to have that comfort, right? But with that being said, I want to play some of this audio of the reaction post-draft day one reaction. Let me know if you guys can hear audio here.
This division and what you feel you needed to do.
Yes. Well, but it definitely, and thank you. Listen to everybody talk about it. We're very aware of the challenges.
It is wireless too. Yes, indeed. It got Bluetooth. Matter of fact, they got a combination of Bluetooth. It can be blue teeth because they got multiple ways that you can pull that in.
We have in our division in the center of the line. It has everything to do with when you make somebody the highest paid player in the NFL.
Angie with the super chat. Tolbert and Mingo battling to be CD's Robbins, a.k.a. Nightwing. Are we doomed in wide receiver department? No, we got 9 more picks to go. We still have trade tables on the deck. Who else would we have here? We also have the ability to see this fight all the way played through. You know who was more, to me, aggressive than Batman? What's Batman's son? His son. I watched that cartoon the other day. What's Batman's son? Little Batman. Little Batman. Shoot, he's more aggressive than Robin. Shoot, y'all better watch out. Who gonna be the little CD? Shoot, we do need wide receivers though. Yeah. But I can say this though. We still have $37 to $38 million. We still can go out after the draft to pick up somebody. Booker is a Chance Warmack. Not Bobby, though, but Warmack 2.0. Heard it from me. This is from James Hurd. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for your support. And then we have, okay, let the AI speak on it. AI, you're still alive, AI? Y'all done wore her out today. Appreciate it. But it says, so get the offensive guard for running the ball. Next move better be the running back, okay? Give me Travion. He's been my running back 1. What's your take? And what do you want at 2, Law? I put Luther Burden out there, but I'm not going to get mad at a Travion Henderson. Yeah, now she want to speak. Hey, you're late.
McCasshole $5. So they get Og for running the ball. Next move better be the runner. Give me Treveyon. He's been MYRB1. What's your take? And what do you want at 2, Law?
That's why I didn't say your name. You almost got me, but you didn't get me. You didn't get me. You got the AI. Your name is wild, bro. Your name is beyond wild. It's beyond me. Yeah. Brock Branch, appreciate you. Little YNs is crazy, man. You ain't lying to YNs, boy. 99 for your mom. Appreciate you, Brock. Thank you for your support. And Angie says Damien was Batman's son, and he was a beast on Give Me Luther. You know, yeah, Give Me Luther too. Yeah. Brock Branch, appreciate you so much again, and shout out to you, Andy. Low key, shoot, you the sponsor of this show. Yeah, Isaiah Bond, I'll wait. They killing your name, bro. Hey, you got the name of the day on the YouTubes, bro. You almost got me. And I said, oh, that name is diabolical. You know. Oh my gosh, man, it's a plausible name. And if you donate $5 or more, it got to be $5. That's when she speak. She don't speak when it's $4.99 for some reason, or when it's $3 or $2 or $1. She only speaks when it's 5 or more. So if you have 5 on it, shoot, she gonna get to speaking. So for some reason, it only stays like that way. But shout out to you. Let's listen to it.
You'd like to have something in front of him. And so that's kind of cute talk, but it's really fact talk. We are interested, and we're interested in really making sure we had the kind of protection and, frankly, if you will, the ability to guys out. That was a big part of the thinking in my vernacular. Coach, I'm going to let you jump in on this one.
Yeah, I think when you looked at it, we were, number one, thrilled about the young man, the power.
Listen properly.
The strength. When you sit down and you visit with this guy, he's an alpha. He knows what he wants. He knows how good he is. He knows how talented he is.
If you're alpha, put 06 in the chat.
Look at what you got with Tyler Smith at left guard, Cooper Beebe, and now you add this guy. The interior of your pocket, the core of your run game, all that stuff inside. We want to move people, and we want to own the line of scrimmage, and this is the guy that gives us a chance to do that with the pieces we have in place.
David, same question from Dave.
No, I just think it's, I think Jerry said it best.
What?
What about it?
I was wondering, is that you? Is that something that down inside?
Jerry said it best.
No. Man, I didn't know you were that hoarse.
I'm hoarse. I'm staying alive, though.
Man,
no, but Jerry did say
some
it
milk.
best.
If
you look at our division, I mean, we've got some really top defensive tackles in our division, and we understand that, and not going to be able to move them around now. You're either going to pick Tyler Smith or Tyler Booker. So good luck, and we like we like our guy, and he was, he's just a hell of a solid pick, and he's going to be a great player. I don't want to talk for Coach. He makes those decisions, but can't imagine he doesn't walk in here day one and start for us.
Will, I'm curiously.
Come on with it.
This is a lot of answer to that question, David. But, Will, what I was impressed with that we did yesterday to address the exact situation that we were sitting there with and going over in the debate between the players on our board that were there. Yeah, and it was unbelievable that we had spent 30 minutes on it, an hour on it yesterday, just like if we were sitting right there in the draft room, played out. So we had a real good feeling.
Shout out to Angie. She says,
Booker.
Hold on, where you at? Stop, Jerry. She says, Miss AI bad and bougie, $5 and up on her services. Bad? Yeah, she bad and bougie. She bad and bougie, but I thank you so much. $4.99 for your mind is always a good thing, All right, so are they having that presser real? Hold on.
That in the next 2 years, you guys will have the guts to draft 2 more offensive linemen named Tyler and really fill out this entire line.
That would probably be a reach and a stretch, but it's amazing how the great wall of Tylers come together.
I love it. I love it that you're already in on that. I was curious. I don't know what you can tell us on this. Is there was rumblings that late in y'all's pick window,
update,
Houston tried trading up. Can you tell us anything about that and if that is accurate?
Yeah, we had options and certainly looked at it, but just felt like for what they were offering to move up into that spot, we preferred doing the safe thing and taking a player that we had high on our board and taking a player that we think is going to be a special guy here for the next 10, 12 years. He's going to be Tyler Booker, but we've had some great guards around here and for 10 and 12 years at a time, and certainly see him and Tyler Smith continuing in that path.
If a team theoretically was going to drop from like 12 to 25, would you want a second and a fourth? Is that kind of what the price looks like?
I mean, I think you need at least a second and a fourth, and probably more like a second and a third, a late third. Yeah.
I like that kind of negotiation, Stephen.
Yeah.
When we can negotiate it. We can negotiate it right here.
Okay,
unfortunately, that one's in the past.
Okay.
Negotiating a different one here tonight.
Well, and speaking of that, the word is, and I would love your thoughts on this, that you guys have more than 12 names in mind for the second round, and y'all have
give
the
me the
12th
answer
pick.
to the test.
Could you find yourself in another scenario? I know it depends on how the board goes, where you are willing to trade back again or trade back.
Yeah, we certainly always consider it, and we have 10 picks, which is certainly a nice number to have, and we're in a mode now where we are into taking those picks and getting depth, and we feel like we've really done our homework on this draft.
Big,
and feel like
she?
we can get players throughout this draft, so we're fired up about that, and it's the right deal. We're there, and we still had still a handful of players left on the board that we liked. We'd certainly consider it, but at the same time, if we are narrowing it down and think that the right guy's there, we're certainly not afraid to take the pick either.
We're starting to see, or we're getting our opportunities, Stephen, to see the passion, the intensity of Tyler Booker. Is that, or what we're seeing right now, is that what you guys saw when y'all had the interviews with him, when y'all met him, that this dude has this type of passion for the game?
Absolutely. He's got those type of intangibles. That's why the more we had him, he brings a lot more, although that's a front and center of being a great football player in the SEC and certainly playing at a dominant type level. But his football character, his leadership, what he'll bring to that room, is something that's hard to measure. And certainly you're seeing it with him. It's real. It's not something that he's putting on a show out there. He plays that way. He feels that way. He leads that way. And that's why we felt like he was the right guy for us. And certainly when you're in the NFC East where you're going against some great tackles, you've got to really make sure that you match up, because we're going to see, 6 games every year where they got dominant type tackles, and for them not to be able to move them around now to avoid Tyler Smith or that type of thing's a big deal for us. So they'll have to pick their poison, as we said, between one of the two Tylers in terms of the interior line, and that's what we're up against every year, and we really wanted to solidify that and think we have now with Tyler Booker.
Yeah, I don't want this to sound as a negative, but it did we heard leadership a lot about him. Was there question of the leadership that was already there with your offensive line? You were like, we need to kind of bolster that some more?
Well, anytime you lose 2 Hall of Fame players in Tyron Smith and Zach Martin, you're going to feel it. I mean, you're going to fill a void. We're talking about 2 guys that are going to be wearing gold jackets. And certainly it was their room, and everybody looked up to him. And I think Tyler Smith is certainly stepping up, and I certainly see here with his play style that goes into his leadership and football character, I certainly see Tyler Booker fitting into that role as well early and often, and not to mention the fact we've got we got 3 other great young guys in Terrence Steele and BB and Tyler Guyton. So the room's really coming together, and we feel like in the NFC you should need that.
Is Terrence Steele, I know you just said it, is he still viewed as a younger player even though he's got a lot of experience on this offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, I think in football years he's not 30 yet, and it's just a young offensive line that I think the very best is yet to come. And as I said, I mean, it's a matchup thing in the East. When you got 6 of your 17 games, you're gonna you know who they are every year, regardless.
How many first-round grades did y'all have this year? I know that came up on Tuesday, and y'all were like, hey, we're still finalizing it. Do you know the number that y'all had going into the draft last night?
We ended up with 13.
Are there any more first-round grades available on your board?
There actually are. It just shows you how the league can see things differently, and we certainly have some first-round grades left on our board.
Tell me.
Now, you talked about trading down, and I get it. Talent acquisition can go any number of ways, but if you've got the 12th pick, there's still first-round grades on your board. Damn. Would there be a scenario in which you were like, hey, let's make a move up and make sure we get one of those first-round grades?
It's so costly to move up.
He got him. No, he got you.
We really like the way we put our board together. As I said, we like players throughout this draft, depending on where you're picking. And, we just, to move up, in this part of the draft, it's really expensive. And, we really like our draft capital. But, if there was something that was just obvious, we'd never rule it out. But right now, my thoughts would be we either pick a player because we think there's going to be a damn good one there, or maybe pick up an extra pick and move down a little bit.
Yeah, the damn good one is something I'm all after, too.
Oh, yeah.
And that being said, Kevin and I, we were looking at it yesterday, and, it seems like more running backs fell than we expected. More quarterbacks fell into the next rounds than we expected. And if there's a glut there in round 2, do you say, no, we can go in round 3 for a potential running back, or is there a specific guy that you're like, no, that's the one we want?
Well, that's what you always consider. Certainly we have grades throughout the draft in terms of the running back position, and we do think the running back position is deep in terms of what's available out there, and you can get good backs throughout this draft. So that's something we consider, but obviously you have first, second, third, fourth, right on down the line grades on all of them, and the reason you have first and second round grades on some of them and fourth on the others is you obviously feel a lot better about the ones with the higher grades.
Do you feel like the team is in a position where they need to draft a running back?
I like what we did in free agency. Okay. That's one of the things we like to accomplish in free agency is, get some guys in and feel like we did that. And so, we don't really feel like we have to pick a position anywhere in terms of, our depth and what goes there. That's how you make mistakes when you just say, hey, we've got a draft for need here. I think you make mistakes that way. Certainly, don't get me wrong, it comes into everybody's pick when you're looking at players up there. But we don't feel the need to have to reach and take a player, quite a bit down the line just because we need a position.
Man, you got a
I
first
promise
round grade on
I
the
was
guy.
listening to your answer. I heard your answer. I did just want to follow up. Same thing goes for wide receiver then, where it feels like maybe there is more of a pressing need.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we think we've got some really good receivers on this team.
Keep talking,
I think,
Jerry. Son.
Once you get past the spot where you're not getting a true number two, then, I think we've got a handful of receivers that fit the, 3, 4, 5, 6 position receiver role on our team. And I feel like there's great competition there. And we do feel like we've got a couple of receivers, that could ultimately, develop into that 2 spot. But, we do feel like we've got great depth there. After it gets to a certain point, we do feel like, we have a lot of guys that are, fit that 3 position down role. And feel good about the group of receivers, feel good about the room. Obviously, we've, said coming into the draft, if the right guy opposite of CD that could step in and be that number 2 was there, we'd certainly look at it.
I always love the functionality of the business part of it, the work that goes into it. Do you come in this morning and you're like, okay, now let's reset and everything, or did you guys walk away last night going, we have some really good ideas of what we're going to do tomorrow?
Well, your board gives you your good ideas, and we sat there and looked at it, and they're sitting right there for you to look at. Yeah. And we're looking at the top 15 guys left on our board, and those are our best ideas we got. I can assure you, we'll do a little looking at that and just making sure we got them right. There's nothing we're missing, and continue to respect all the work that's gone into the board that we've put up.
Yeah, but that sounds like what you always say about being prepared for a test. The test is here, and now we're good to go. The line that we heard from Tyler Booker was he loves to see the life leave their eyes as they're losing the battles against him. Is that going to become a pre-draft question from now on? How much do you like to see the opponent's life leave their eyes?
Yes, I don't think I've ever seen one that good, and certainly that's the way he plays. You flip on the tape and watch him go. He's all day, and it's every play, and he certainly plays the game that way. He certainly prepares himself that way. He certainly leads that way. And I think I did get a quick peek at a podcast with Micah on it, and I think Micah about jumped out of his chair when he was saying that. He said, I'm totally in now. This is my guy. So you got to love it. And, of course, I know Micah's been against some great ones in this league, and guys who are all day and give him fits, but I think he loved that as much as anybody.
Well, and that's something I know we get to see a version of Micah, and you guys get to see a different version of Micah too. Does he have similarities to that kind of feeling about football and about the game?
Oh, absolutely. He's I promise you, when Micah lines up the first play, and by the fourth quarter, they're starting to say, when is this guy going to quit? Because he keeps coming, and I think Mike is at his best in the third and fourth quarter, and, when he continues to come at them. And, that's what you're looking for in these guys, just relentless competitiveness. And that's ultimately you get that type of guy. You get 53 of those guys. You get 22 starters like that. You're going to certainly get your team to where it needs to be.
Talk with Stephen Jones right here on The Fan. On Tuesday in the pre-draft presser, Jerry said we're looking at 2 things that could happen before or after the draft, 2 pretty substantive trades. Been working on that. Are those 2 things in play? Did any of those go off the board based on what happened in round 1 yesterday?
No, I think those are things that could still be there after the draft.
We wait for it.
Things have a way of sticking around. Sometimes they don't, but we're always looking at ways to acquire players. Certainly trades are one of them. Certainly this draft is a huge player acquisition part of any season. And then you got the post-free agency, and you got trades and things of that nature that we'll continue to look at to improve our football team.
And I know in the pre-draft presser, too, that Jerry was discussing, hey, I want Brian Schottenheimer to be right there involved in it all. I want him hollering if he has to. Was there any hollering necessary? Was there any standing up on the table and arguing necessary yesterday, and you feel like there might be today?
No, I think well, there was some hollering. It was we were fired up, but I don't think there was any question who our guy was when it came to that 12th pick. We were all fired up that he was there. Certainly, we give ourselves every opportunity to make sure that make sure there wasn't a trade there that was too good to be true. But it was a complete consensus on who our players should be yesterday.
Is it safe to assume then when pick number 12 came up that Tyler Booker was your best player available at that point?
At that point, he was definitely our best player on the.
Come on with it.
Quinton Warner $10. La sorry brother Dr. Q speaking. That's why I am always telling you this team will continue to struggle because of this delusional, ownership. What the hell is he talking about?
What the helly? What the helly? I feel you, Doc. Man, I got to wait for this canvas to be finished painted. Then I give you guys my real analysis. But my natural analysis, of course, I didn't like the pick. You know what I'm saying? I liked the pick. I didn't love the pick. That's the best way I can say it, But we got to see how everything goes around. And I appreciate you. Somebody find me that clip of Foots, man. Shout out to you, Dak Owens Filthy. Appreciate you for the $1.99. That must runs in the family. It does. Come on with it.
He was definitely our best player on the board.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much for the insight. We're looking forward to the draft this evening, and we will catch up with you again soon.
Sounds great, guys. Great being on with you.
Have fun, man.
There you go. Stephen Jones right here on 105.3 The Fan.
I think it was a fun time just in general for sports fans, for football fans. Like this should be a fun process. And the fun does sometimes come from arguing about it, too. Being just as upset as you are happy about it.
Man, the part of the conversation that he dove into way more than I thought he would was the question about Houston trying to move up to pick 12. And I said, are you looking for at least a second and a fourth in that scenario? And his answer, I think that gives you great insight into how those negotiations went. Because we talked a lot about...
We wanted a second and third. Yeah. And you know what? That was yesterday, so let's negotiate now.
Yeah, and so just the idea of, we talked about before the draft, would there be kind of more discounting of the assets, for lack of a better description, because maybe people weren't super enamored with this draft. And so if you go off the Rich Hill version of the trade chart, you're moving more towards a second and a fourth. I know the Jimmy one would have it closer to second and a third. Yeah. But his answer right there of, I think you're talking at least a second and a fourth, probably more like a second and a third. That sounds like maybe they were just being offered a second or something like that, or a second and a day 3 pick.
Maybe they got greedy.
Yeah, we want more. And hey, look, man, when you're in that position of power, you are trying to squeeze something out of people. They're coming to you. That's why Jerry likes that, right? That's why he likes the phone to ring, not to pick up the phone and call, because that means they're coming to you with hat in hand, asking you questions.
Yeah,
and so that's what they're trying to aim at.
And that's where I will admit, I don't get the texts like this. He goes,
what did it say?
Some of these answers really piss me off, or there's no content to them. If you're just done with listening to the Cowboys or listening to the Jones family, I get it. Nothing that's going to be said is going to change your mind about that. But in terms of the content, I was really fascinated by his ability to go into kind of what those negotiations look like. The fact that the two substantive things that Jerry talked about on Tuesday are still in play and probably more likely don't involve draft capital, and we'll see play out afterwards, and that Tyler was definitely their best player available, and that they have multiple first-round grade players still available today, and what some of the pitfalls of them trying to trade up would be.
Right. So just to add my 4 or 5 cents to this particular problem here, 2 things that we picked up, 3 actually, but one being that they did try to trade back, right, or trade down, however you want to call it. and they didn't like the return that they was trying to get. So either that could be tongue in cheek, or that could be a real tangible thing, right? So we're looking at this like literally, ladies and gentlemen, that the Dallas Cowboys wanted to move off from that 12th spot, but they probably wasn't getting the things that they want to for that spot. And we don't know how far back. Now, things do get leaked. Things do get leaked a year from now, or maybe 4 or 5 months from now. All right? The other thing is, which I do, he got 5 cents, Ice Cold, appreciate you. The other thing that I want to say is this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is this is what I disagree with Stephen Jones on. If you still got players with first-round grades on them, I get it. We want to make sure we use all of our draft picks, but I'm to this degree, excuse my French, I ain't going to say the word, but F them picks, you know? Go get your first-round grade guy. Trust your work. If you still got a first-round grade on someone, move up and get them. If that's what you know for sure, I got 9 more picks. Not all of these 9 folks are going to make this team down the stretch. They're going to make the team for the sake, you get what I'm saying, that they drafted. But F them picks, man. Move all the way up and get the people that you had the first round grade on. Where is that button to call sacrifice? Uncle Charles.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, just make the sacrifice, move up. Don't you know how crazy that is? You said you had 13 first round draft picks left. Yeah, no, you had 13 first round draft picks. And you saying that on day 2, you still got your first round draft pick. And if you studied and you got to work, just bring the balls. You know, yay, I'm big balls over here. You know, don't be like what my guy just said. You know, my guy, what Big Game James said, baby nuts. Just go ahead and tell him, hey, I'm walking bow-legged in this thing. I'm going to go get the person that I know for sure I had a first round grade on. You're not going to have non-starters. So that's just for what I got from right there. But that's the point, Law. They don't know. You know, oh, I get you. I get you stay paid. I get you. But, you know, that's just how I look at it. Is like, and if you have more, like now here's the other caveat to it. If you have 4 or 5 guys that still you had a first-round grade on and they still available, then you need to go back to your scouting department and say, hey, what went wrong? Let's have this face-to-face, heart-to-heart conversation. What's went wrong? Because we still got 5 first-round guys on our board, and this is day 2. Why are we not evaluating our team the right way? You shouldn't have 5 of them. It should be about 1 or 2 left, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it, you know, and that's just how it should go, Cowboy Nation. All right, so we can continue to listen to the rest of the audio. This is a marathon show for right now, so put a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to continue. Put a 1 in the chat. If not, we can you know, boogie. But I got energy. I got time today, you know. And the Wi-Fi ain't messing up over here on my side, so it's good. We need touchdowns. Yeah. But isn't Ollie Gordon slow? I think Ollie, I've seen mocks where he goes in the 4th round and these sorts of things, you know. Neptune says, teach, appreciate you, Shag. Okay, y'all liking the show. How many likes we got? Where the mods at, man? Where my judges at in the chat, you know? We haven't held anyone in contempt, right? You know, come on with it. All right, nobody's under. Okay, all right, nobody in contempt of court. Okay, let's see if I can find that audio where I was at. Where was I? Here we go.
Feeling about the qualities of Booker, and aired out real good about what it could do for this team. And
tonight gonna be good tonight.
And I don't think we've ever hit one just right on the money like we practiced on yesterday.
It did come down like that a few times as we were going through scenarios.
You had him there at 12, the way the scenarios worked out that you were.
Yes, we well, the way what was there We didn't get the trade. We didn't get a trade. We were there. Nolan's on the board. Booker sitting there. I'm just saying. And
for the behind the scenes actions, man, be sure to join the membership too, y'all. Hit that membership SWAT up. We're gonna have some stuff for y'all behind the scenes. Appreciate you. Draft tonight at 7 p.m. It'll be yours truly, Law Nation Sports. Solo dolo tonight, though. It's just gonna be me by myself tonight. So y'all get all of me loves all of you. Y'all get me all by myself tonight. So ain't gonna be no fussing and fighting over this and that. Just gonna be good old law. Old school law with the ticker, and we're going to be going over the players. So let me know if y'all would like tonight. No co-host, just law. Just law. LAW Nation, So, yeah, Cowboy Nation, I really appreciate y'all. Let's listen to the rest of this. Mm-hmm.
Then what's best for this team, what is unanimous. And I'll tell you what, we had that one nailed.
Why they talking like it's a damn funeral?
That, if we can hear him. You get into it seriously, but we had a good plan to trade out if we had takers or had offers to trade out. So that was a part of the plan. But boy, we really had again to. I'm sorry.
What the helly?
Cowboy Trav $5. Law, did you check on AOC after his crash out last night, loudly crying, rolling on the floor, laughing?
Who that? Who's
Not to give you a straight answer,
I don't know.
But this guy is such a leadership person and such a dynamic person.
No comment.
In his approach.
Quentin Warner, appreciate you again. They look on Will McClay face. Pay me, clown. Yeah, he do look like. I'm not saying that Willie don't want Tyler, but he look like he just want to get him a nap, man, and a nightcap, man, and not the Shannon Sharp thing. Shannon Sharp, boy. Oh my gosh, he didn't pay. Shannon Sharp didn't play his Shannon Sharp didn't pay his dues on the Illuminati side, so they finna go get him.
Football as a leader of a team within a team, the offensive line. So that really caused him to get our attention yesterday when we were looking at his likelihood or the possibility of him being there.
I'm going to move this mic. There you go.
Gave him another mic.
Clarence Hill, DLS Cowboys. I got a couple of questions. First, you talk about
DLLS, baby. Hey, Clarence Hill. Boy, if anybody had a bad night last night was Clarence. God, dog, boy. Yeah. Fly Park said, Law, I like the player in Booker, but you think Steven and Jerry drafted him too high? I think that after hearing it twice, that they didn't want him at 12. They didn't want him at 12. And it goes into this particular spot. Like right now, all of my O-line boys, they having a lap, they having their parade, and they got what they wanted. Boss Cowboy, Louis, who else? Vach, all of the O-line boys, all of the people that like offensive line, y'all got your offensive linemen. It's gonna better the team. Now I don't want no more now. I don't want no more offensive line. Next year, if I see any one of them talking about, hey man, hey, we need another offensive line, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my beard and everything. I'm gonna be bald-headed law over here, Yeah. Yes, indeed. I'm going to lose everything. Hey, baby gravy is wild, dog. Baby gravy. Oh, my gosh, man. You crazy as well. Y'all crazy. Oh, boy. And Jay, thank you for your support. You says, you messy as F asking Law about the mobile Messiah. Rex! Now, To be fair, T-Mobile and Boost Mobile, I like the mobiles, the mobilities of the things, but neither here nor there.
The trade, and I know we saw Shadi point out the time. I don't know if you felt y'all running out of time, but did you have a trade you were working? Was there something in the works that just didn't go through at that time before you picked Booker? Or where were you guys on as far as you wanted to trade down? Were you actually talking to anyone?
Stephen was on the phone. We had exhausted the complete possibilities of trade. We had finality of it, and we still had 2 or 3 minutes left on the phone. We didn't. The trade did not work for us. We did not want.
I know what Will is mad about now. I can see what he's mad about now. The way they talking.
Nigel Wanza $5. Great show yesterday, La. You all should do it again during the season. DC4L.
All right, so let me. Nigel, appreciate you so much. All right, so I am aware that a good 45, 50 minutes of it was clear. Outages happen. But if we do play-by-play live at Wicks on Sundays, would that be a good thing? Y'all let me know in the chat. Will y'all all come out for that? Because the energy was nice. Shout out to Flying Above the Rest, man. Shout out to everybody who came out, man. Homie drove about 2 hours to come out there. You know, had somebody drove 3 hours to be there through the rain. Sometimes, you know, I know people, you know, melanated people, when the wind blow crazy and some rain droplets, they be like, hey, I ain't gonna mess with Mother Nature and them. I'm gonna stay at the house. I support you, I'll watch you online. But for those who drove out there in the rain to come out there, you know, I appreciate you, because it's crazy in Arlington because it's like a vertical city. They don't have good roads, not to take a dump on my state of Texas. But for those who drove, let me know if that's something y'all would do, because, man, it would be a great situation for us to go live play-by-play, and I'm sitting there on the stage or what have you. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I like your play-by-plays at home, though, you know. But it'll be the same, though. It will still be me in this situation. And I'll be there all day. Because play-by-plays, and I told him, because my guy, he hit me up with it, and he said, man, this would be dope, Law. But we do the pregame, because I pretty much locked up in this room. It's like I'm like a prisoner in the asylum over here, you know. I go into this room just by myself in its blue walls, and I'm sitting here doing pregame, the game, postgame, and any other breaking news. So I'll be there all day. So y'all will have to bring me pork chops, ham sandwiches, well, not all of the swine. Bring me some beef. Y'all gonna have to bring me some food, cause some chicken wings or something, man. It's gonna be all day up in there. You know, you gotta do restroom breaks. You know, it's gonna be all of those things. You know, y'all let me know if that's something feasible for you all. All right, so this is what I was gonna say. I'm looking at the countenance. I'm looking at the body language of. Get out the way. Get out the way. I'm looking at the body language. He's the only one that's kind of looking like this, right? So when I'm thinking, this is why he's mad, if I'm not mistaken. And I can see the disappointment on his face, and I can look at that. You don't just have a face like that if you ain't mad about something that didn't go through. The disappointment, I believe, is that we done gotten too greedy on a deal, and that's what that goes. I think that we try to bite off a little bit too much, and they're like, nah, we ain't gonna do it. And then the time almost clicked away, and they said, just put the card in because we only got a minute left. Y'all gonna get the deal or no deal? And I think it was a no deal. If you just look at their faces, I ain't trying to be, investigator law, but that's just for what the body language is telling me. Let me know about that from you all. Is that what y'all getting? Because I think that they still wanted Tyler Booker, but they wanted to trade back, and whatever the trade deal was, the agreement was a no at the last minute, and they had to put the card in.
We immediately knew when we got through that we would make the pick. And so, yes, real possibilities right up until 2 minutes before the bell rang.
2 minutes.
We
Damn.
had hard offers for the pick. And,
that's what I'm picking up.
Unless it was the pick because we liked our player, unless it was a really significant trade, then we were going to pass.
Secondly, we talked to Shotty at the owners meeting combine about the type of player you want at 12. You talk about building from the outside in, and we have been exhausted about positional value and guards and going to that. What about him was so special that you overlooked all of that positional value to get the interior offensive line at 12?
Yeah, I think, when we looked at him, Mike, we feel that he's a immediate starter, a guy that's going to play for a long time at a very high level. He's a guy that can impose his will. He's a guy that's going to impact not just the offensive line, but the team. When you meet the young man and you're around him, the type of competitor he is, his personality. Again, you lose a guy like Zach, you don't have to replace him, but we felt like this is a guy that comes in immediately and fills a big void for us. And
I see 5'2", 350. Everybody putting that in the chat. Boy, you must just not be at that part, plays. Appreciate you, though. Hey, that's a big boy. That's a big man, 5'2", 350.
We're just beyond excited that we're able to get him.
Well, can you address?
Yeah, I mean, when you go in there, you look for starter type players, and he's a starting type guard. And the other thing that's interesting, Coach mentioned Zach. Well, I went back and looked at him, starting Steven. Our grades are very similar to what we had to Zach, and then some of the character traits. There's a lot of things that are very similar. He's his own individual, but he's a grown ass man like Zach is, and so you put someone in there that makes us a stronger, more physical team.
Jerry Todd Archer with ESPN. This helps Dak in the offensive line. How else do you guys have to help Dak maybe tomorrow in the next couple of days?
Well, unquestionably.
Good one.
I was motivated. We were motivated that it does help our quarterback. It helps our running game.
Yeah.
We've had some experience with this. You look back when we had top players in our offensive line, and you look at the kind of success we had during those times, some of Dak's earlier career, when Zeke was here early. We give a lot of credit to the quality of that offensive line for having that kind of success. And that kind of success didn't get us a Super Bowl, but it had us around the rim a few times.
Yeah,
having
man.
that.
If I could just find another analogy for it, man. Dog, come on, man. Get that around the rim stuff away. Come on.
Kind of strength in the offensive line. And we need to play to our strengths. Dak's a strength. And so enhancing that makes all the sense in the world relative to comparing it to a receiver in the passing game for Dak. Makes all the sense in the world. If you think about it, it has some of the very same logic. It's both Dak friendly.
Oh, why you had to say
Well,
friendly?
You looked at the 2026 draft, but are there any offensive linemen named Tyler out there?
If there is, we'll find him. If he's good enough, he'll be a part of the Great Wall of Tyler or whatever they're calling it now.
John Schroeder with The Athletic. For Will, you talked the other day about finding out how much these guys love football. With this particular player, how did you find out that that did check the box and that he does love football?
Well, you get it from the school. You see it on the tape, number one. Okay, and then you get it from the school, the people that have experienced him.
Yeah.
Then our scouts spend individual time with him. Then we saw him at the combine, spent time with him, and then we got him in here. And then you get him on the phone, and you find out more and more about. When we had the press conference the other day, it's about the people as well. And you found out just what type of determination he has, where he comes from, the thing that helps build your team. When you got a leader like Dak, you surround him with great players that have the same mentality. It gives us a shot, and this kid's got that.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. Will, how much did you talk to his people at IMG Academy? That was one of those quote-unquote football factories and those kinds of things.
We talked to IMG Academy, where he's working out, where he went to school. We went through all those things, and it was consistent.
They also talked about Cowboys sports. Let's go
about
with
his work ethic, about his competitiveness, about how much of a dog he was, and you see it on tape. And again, it's just reaffirmed at every opportunity you get to talk to people about him. There's no wavering on it. So there's a consistency about who this guy is.
For Shadi, Booker mentioned that you were playing Whitney Houston during the 30 visit. Did you have a feeling that this was going to be your guy?
When I saw that came out, I don't remember exactly what we were doing. We weren't dancing, that's for damn sure. Although I did see him when he ran out onto the stage, he had some good moves. So that shows the athleticism. But I'm a big music guy. It was early in the morning, and I was getting us both to wake up a little bit.
Yes, indeed, man. That's a good call from him. All right, so if we speed along, because this is like a 45-minute interview, and cooker pressure for time, we got to make sure we get everything going in the right direction. Yeah, it would be nice to have Luther at the 44th pick. A lot of people on the Twitter is campaigning for Luther, and we do see that Booker has made it to Dallas, him and his people. And before I click on this video footage, don't y'all talk about thick, because it is thick. But the 5'2", 350 is something that Stacy said. We are not saying that Booker is 5'2", 350. But drop it, give me 50. His family has made it to Dallas. Shout out to them, and as well as all what they will be able to do for the Dallas Cowboys. New family. Hey, the Booker family is here. Just from Nicole Hutchison. Appreciate her. When asked about moving Tyler Smith to left tackle and place Guyton at the right side. Okay, hold on. What we got here? Some developing stuff right here. When asked about moving Tyler, I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about that.
Quinton Warner $5. Dr. Q Law, I am with you with JJ analogy. Always saying that, and Michael Irvin played with a broken leg in 90s. Just sick listening to him.
Yeah, you ain't lying, Dr. Q. We all sick of listening to him. Oh my God. I didn't think about this, but here's the quote right here. We're going to play our best five, and right now we have a full confidence in Tyler Guyton making the jump in year 2. This is Shotty. So it could be, if we're going to play our best five, because I think that Tyler Smith did make All-Pro at left tackle, did he? Or did he make Pro Bowl at left tackle? Something like that. And Booker played left guard for a Roll Tide, right? So not saying we're moving furniture around, but you could have Tyler Cooper Terrence Steele, Tyler Guyton, or because you can slide Terrence Steele inside. We seen how that worked. Or y'all tell me this. I tell you what. Put down the combinations of guards or tackles that you can go with, right? Y'all got the answers to the test. Tyler Gang, appreciate you. C. Nick says All-Pro at guard, okay? All-Pro the year Tyron got hurt. All-Pro at left tackle. Did he make All-Pro or just Pro Bowl? That's two different things, though. But if he made it both at both sides, he just good. That boy just good. But shout out to Nicole Hutchison for that. Shout out to her for that. For real. Let's see what we got here.
That was quite a scene. The sea of humanity outside Lambeau Field was really impressive. Over 100,000 people there for the NFL draft. Amazing. Wow. And the Cowboys took an Alabama offensive lineman, a guard, Tyler Booker, with the 12th pick overall. And joining us to talk about that now is the Cowboys owner and GM, Jerry Jones. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning to you guys. How y'all doing this morning? We're having a fine morning.
Good. Yeah, we watched last night, saw you in the war room, and saw you take Tyler Booker. You really like him, huh?
We're having a really good draft so far this year. It's another year. Another instance, Steven tackling me in the aisle, knocking that Johnny football out of my hand. I'm determined I'm going to draft him one of these years. But yeah, we got really lucky this year in the first round that Tyler Booker, that he fell up to the number 12 pick, all the way up from about the 67th ranked player in the draft. Very lucky he fell all the way up. And Tyler's just a great offensive lineman from Alabama, and I know that Shoddy, Judge Shoddy, Coach Brian, he was really...
No, y'all, we all know that Tyler Booker is 6'5". But if you rewind to the beginning of this long marathon of a live stream, Stacy Elliott said he got a brother who likes a woman that's 5'2", that's 350 pounds. So some people like thick. And I was like, man, that's more dimples than a golf ball. You know, y'all remember that? So that's what we were talking about. Yes, come on with it. Come on with it. But no, we never referring that Tyler Booker is 5'2".
Really fired up to get Booker. He thinks he can really make a difference. And let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, brother. I love seeing Judge Shoddy get so fired up about a new young player, especially an offensive lineman, because I was an offensive lineman. Did you know that?
Yes, we did know that.
Now I'm an offensive GM, but when I was younger, I was an offensive lineman. And I identify strongly with Tyler. I speak his language, brother.
Okay, yeah, we noticed that.
Yeah, I speak his language, man, and you know, because we're both offensive linemen, and so I know the kind of grit and determination that it takes to strap on that leather helmet and go hit other 180-pound monster-sized men until you get drafted in the Korean War. I know that feeling.
Yeah, it's changed a little bit since you were an offensive lineman, but
I think Booker's going to be a great additive
it's
to
Booker.
this team.
And speaking of your head coach, he seems to take a pretty big role in the draft process. What do you like most about your head coach?
His name. I love saying Shoddy.
Yeah, we can tell.
I love Shoddy. Judge Coach Shoddy, Brian, he's like he's been a really refreshing head coach especially after Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
You know, Mike McCarthy was the time I spent with Mike was just mainly me sitting there watching him eat.
Come on.
We just ran out of things to talk about. But Judge Shoddy, I mean, I like him because he's like a second father to my boys.
Oh.
He goes out and plays with Steven and Jerry and builds forts with them and teaches them how to hunt and fish. And really, in a way, he's the father figure they never had.
Oh, gosh.
It's no secret that when they were growing up, I was always off being busy, not being a father to other children I had outside of wedlock.
Oh, gosh, Jerry.
So for Shoddy to step in, it's just been really a blessing to our family. And speaking of family, you like how we celebrate after we make a pick?
Man, that's wild.
Acting like the family just won a paternity suit or bought a new helicopter. Everybody going crazy. Love it.
Boy, there's a lot of family in that draft room, too.
A lot of them. Let me tell you something, George. That war room's getting a little too crowded for me, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Got Spalding in there, and there's a good reason for Spalding being there. You know, he's going to inherit this team when I pass away here in about 20 years, and
yeah,
and so he gets to get in there and get some experience. And as a matter of fact, he gets to make the pick in the third or fourth round. I can't remember which one we let him have this year.
Oh, my gosh!
Oh no!
Yeah, he's going to get to take a player, and we'll be testing his football Accutane and predicting who's the good players and that sort of thing. So, but I don't think there's not a grandchild that I have that's not in that draft room.
It looks like it.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I have all my grandchildren in there, but I don't have all my kids in there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
Gate Agent Jr. is not invited. Gene won't have that.
Yeah, I don't imagine.
I mean, heck, I had to buy her a yacht just to apologize to her for letting one slip past the goalie, but we're having a good time with this draft, and this Tyler Brooker. You just watch him, man. It's something else, man.
All right, we will.
He's gonna be good, brother.
We'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah, you keep an eye on him, and we still got some more rounds to go. So you wait to see. We got a big surprise coming up.
Oh, okay.
A big surprise. You just wait and see. And as a matter of fact, if we take another guy like Tyler Brooker, I've hired Daddy to talk to him in the congratulatory call.
Okay.
It's going to be so hip, and it's going to be so happening. You're going to love it, brother.
Okay, brother.
All right. Good morning,
All
brother.
right, good luck in the rest
Later,
of the
man.
draft. There he
Later,
goes.
No doubt. I used that time so I can set up this other one. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Do me a huge favor. Hit the like button, share this content.
This guy's going high. Tyler Booker, guard, Alabama. The general manager that drafts Tyler Booker knows that they're going to get one of the elite guards in the NFL for a decade. And when they put in that pick, they're probably going to get booed. People aren't going to be excited about it. There's going to be all sorts of sports talk radio about it. They're going to have to endure that. But they're also going to sleep like babies on Thursday night of the draft, getting ready for Friday, because they know they just got a starter who's going to be a great player and is going to bring that kind of level of attention to detail and team leadership that you look for in your locker room.
He might be the second offensive lineman off the board. I don't think that's that crazy.
Thanks. So they very high on Tyler here. Shout out to him. And that's a good take. Let me play that again for those who don't know. Here you go.
This guy's going high. Tyler Booker, guard, Alabama. The general manager that drafts Tyler Booker knows that they're going to get one of the elite guards in the NFL for a decade. And when they put in that pick, they're probably going to get booed. People aren't going to be excited about
properly.
it. There's going to be all sorts of sports talk radio about it. And they're going to have to endure that. But they're also going to sleep like babies on Thursday night of the draft, getting ready for Friday, because they know they just got a starter who's going to be a great player and is going to bring that kind of level of attention to detail and team leadership that you look for in your locker room.
I liked it because of the fact that, these guys have nothing to do with the Cowboys, and that's their honest opinion on the Tyler. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tyler Booker. All right, so shout out to Skywalker Steel for this beautiful overlay right here. It's crazy, man. And my guy says, I don't know if he'll be there 44, but I know he'll be the pick if he is. Come on with it. Uh-oh, is that insider information? Come on, stuff with it. Yeah, come on, it's good stuff.
If you, Dave, when you talk about, not that you don't hate it, you don't love it, it's safe, you're just like, where does that put the Cowboys though? Like, does it put the Cowboys in a space of serious contention, right? Because that's what we talk about the drought. When they talk about the drought and how it's not that long, and talk about what the 90s were. Like, does this pick get us out of the rut of the drought?
You read my mind, Jesse, and here's the thing. The pick should make you mad if you're still hanging on to the hope that the Cowboys are going to get where they're trying to go doing it this way. If you're sitting there thinking one great draft class is going to turn it around and we'll be juggernauts again, and it doesn't matter that we don't spend money in free agency, and it doesn't matter that we don't try to get creative. If you're still clinging to that hope, I get why you're pissed off.
I always like Tiny Jim's take, because for a long time, when he first got on with the Cowboys, he was like, hey, I'm not a Cowboy fan. And he, LSU kid, what have you. And he gives you like the real version of what people are thinking about certain players. And I like this.
I'm over here in a more realistic territory saying, yeah, well, this is as good as you could hope for when the Cowboys pin all their hopes and dreams on the draft. You got too many holes to fill. You got too much stuff to do to think that 2 or 3 draft picks are going to do it all. So I said right after the pick, if I were the Cowboys and I have now committed to O-line, I would be burning up the phone lines looking for trade partners for a wide receiver too. I heard Jeff talking about Higgins and all these receivers that might be available Friday. Screw that. If I were the Cowboys, I'd be calling about George Pickens. I'd be calling about Cortland Sutton. I'd be calling about anybody that could be an instant upgrade to my receiver core. Do I expect the Cowboys to actually do that? Absolutely not. So they're going to draft a receiver in the top 100 who's going to finish with 600 yards this year. And they'll be pretty good, but they're not going to take a step forward. And I guess I'm just resigned to that fact. And maybe that's why I'm not, angry about this, because I'm operating in a world where this is how they're going to do it, and this is what you're going to get. If you're expecting this to help them break out of the rut, I don't know why you still are thinking that way, but no, I don't think that's going to happen.
That's a good observation. A good observation from him. Let me break this down. If we do trade for a wide receiver or a running back or anybody of that nature, would you guys look at this pick differently? I'm asking y'all only as a friend, not as a Cowboys fan, not as a analyst, but as a friend. Like, we just having a casual conversation. If we trade for a wide receiver or a running back, knowing that we didn't get a skilled player, would this help ease your mind just a little bit, right? Because that's the thing. The draft is one thing. You're not going to take down this elephant with one bullet, right? And it's not even a 45. We shoot with a little 22 right now, But the Cowboys going to have to get out of this rut, not by draft alone. They're going to have to make sure that they can figure out a way to finagle a trade acquisition. Now, they are telegraphing their move because they did say that we're going to make a trade. Like, don't tell us what you're going to do, right? Let's stop revealing our plans. The enemy is watching too, right? He heard you too. And now you got to fight and you got to go through things that we don't know, that people are sullying the waters, right? Muddying the waters. But if we go get Burden or Higgins with Breece Hall, yes, that will be good, Ty Church. Yes. So, and stay paid. Appreciate you. Exactly. Come on with it. Boy, somebody love what I'm saying over here. Come on with it. I thought I was the only one over here, But at the end of the day, y'all got to understand the consequences and repercussions as it relates to the things that you say. They say be mindful of the company that you keep, right? Be mindful of the people that's in your space. But if the Cowboys, ladies and gentlemen, is out here able to get a Luther Burden, will Luther take away thy burden? Will Luther be able? Is he able to help out? See Dangerous Lamb. Will a Higgins be able? That's what we're looking for, y'all. Yeah, close the doors. So that's what I'm looking for, ladies and gentlemen. The ability to match up with what we got right now. I get it. I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm upset that we didn't get our skilled player. Pickens equal drama. But let me tell you about a man named Saul. Yeah, there was a man named Saul who continued to have drama. But then he looked out and he saw this bright light and it spoke to him. Why do you do this to me? The light was so bright it fell off a horse. That man fell off a horse and he was no longer Saul. Y'all can put his name in the chat. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Boy, I'm telling y'all. But at the end of the day, I got Higgs over Luther. Okay. That would be an X wide receiver that we can utilize and use. Yeah. Or we can get the running back. My only reservation with Travion Henderson, I do like him. I do like the skill set that he brings to the table. He can block. Shout out to the super chat by 45 to an hour ago, minutes ago. He was a guy that can block, or he is a guy, not was, but he is a guy that can block, and he is a more polished Tony Pollard. That's how I look at it. Yeah. He knocked him off. He's a beast now. The man became Paul, you know. Yes, indeed. But at this moment and at this time, if you're watching, I got to set this up for you. Trey Harris. See, we got some options there, ladies and gentlemen. It is 12:32. And it is a situation and scenario.
There is one other participant in the conference.
And who is that participant?
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's 214 or 817, and all of the threes you can. Is my mic better now? Is my mic better now? Be sure to reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. If you are in the heart of Dallas, they are there too. They're located here in Dallas. Be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to reach out to our partners in Frenkel and Frenkel. They're located here. If you can't dial that number, visit frankelfirm.com. All right, is it still too loud? Put a 1 in the chat if you got to call Frenkel and Frenkel on my call Frenkel and Frenkel if I killed your eardrums. But you can't take me down. Reach out to YouTube. Yeah, shit. All right, is the audio better now? You know, yeah. Do I need to turn it back up now? Is it loud enough? It's super loud now. Yeah, sometimes when I turn that phone line on, I guess the audio pipe through went really crazy. Can y'all hear me now? Or y'all deaf, you know? Hear no evil, see no evil. Let me know. Yeah. All right, so is it fine now? Is it Halle Berry fine now? Is it like 2002 Jada Pinkett fine now? You know, okay, it is. Okay. Yeah. It's loud enough. Perfect. All right. So I need to see some ones in there before I get things going. All right, it's good now. Come on with it. I got G Cuddy, man. He been waiting in here before I even turned the phone lines on. If you're military and it scared you, reach out to your people, man, and let them know that they do pay. They do pay for the visit, so make sure you reach out to your people, drive to the nearest VA, and be sure to get checked out. They will pay for your drive from your house to the VA, you know, so come on with it. All right, so I got G Cuddy, man, from the 313. What's good with you, dog? You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers.
Hey, Law, I was on early, man.
Yeah.
After I picked last night, I just turned the draft off. Now listen, just let me get 3 quick points out. Just real quick, because I know you're going to have a long line.
They're longer than Shaq feet.
Exactly. So if you look at our history, right, of drafting offensive linemen, you can look back in recent history and say, hey, real good, right? I mean, look at Tyron, Zach Martin, recently, what we've done. How many playoff wins does that come to? Now, contrast that when I give you names like Eric Williams, Nate Newton, Stepnoski, Tuanay. How many of them guys were in the first round?
Yeah, but that's a straw man's argument, though, Cuddy.
Well, okay, but okay. Then let's go back further.
You got to implement the coaching staff and what Jimmy was able to do with that. You know, I think Jimmy if we had Jimmy, the same Jimmy from the 90s on this team coaching in the last 15 years, I think we at least go to the Super Bowl.
Okay,
if not win it all.
But I'm saying historically, Law, we got 5 Super Bowls.
Yep.
We don't have one offensive lineman that came out of the first round. Go back, I've checked.
Right.
Go back and look. Now, it doesn't mean that this guy isn't a good pick.
Right.
You know, I'm struggling with him at 12, and I understand maybe they tried to trade and it fell through for whatever they wanted. But what I'm saying is, if you look, the average number of points scored by teams this year, somewhere around 23. When you get the playoffs, those top playoff teams, they average about 30 points a game. You guys have weapons. I mean, if I say, well, look, I got to get my line, it doesn't matter, then why would I draft a quarterback at number 1? If my line is, if I say, I got to get my line together.
You got to get your line together, but, you know, the circumstances have changed. The temperature has changed. You know, you got to go up against a team that's twice a year by somebody named Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. They got edge rushers, you know, that is coming around the way now. And you just don't feel comfortable face-to-face with Jalen Carter and Brock Hoffman, right? And I get it. I'm not beating up Brock Hoffman, right? And not just that, you think that the Washington team is going to remain the same? No, they still got their big boys down inside. They're going to be shooting through A-gap, B-gap, or what have you. And the Giants finished out last season at top 12 defense. They're going to get better, and they just got better with Abdul Carter. So you got to have a counter. I want a skilled player. Don't get me wrong. But the Cowboys still had to figure out what's their identity, what's their purpose. And with Shotty, he wants to run the ball, so he got the best run guy in this draft as far as guard-wise that was available to him.
Okay, but look, you are 7. When your record is this low, that's the best time to get your skill players. Because listen, your guard.
Who do you want?
Go back. Go back.
I'm talking about at 12. At 12, who do you want, Cuddy?
You have to take Golden.
Okay.
Or you have to take Hampton.
Make your strongest. Now you said Hampton. Now hold tight. The Cowboys were willing to trade back, right? And we don't know where the tags were touching between but Booker and Hampton. They probably had them tags touching. But at the end of the day,
that's why your boy was looking mad.
It's probably why he's looking bad. But he couldn't make the justification. He couldn't make the justification of picking Hampton at 12 when you still have a hole on the offensive line. So that's probably, I don't know what's in the war room. That's why I call it the war room. And they tried to trade back to go with your theory, but it didn't work out. It did.
I mean, how many offensive linemen they got right now? 17?
16, 17. They're going to end up probably with 18. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, listen,
how many? Hold on, Cuddy. How many running backs did we have when we drafted Zeke?
When we drafted Zeke, back then, I mean, we had a plethora, but we didn't have a game breaker, right? We didn't have a guy in there that can take one play, take it to the house, which we don't have now. So you can put all these guys up here and say, and look at our running game last year, where how many runs over 20 yards did we have? How many? You know,
but you are talking about Rico extension Dido, and there was a lot of politics that was going into play, and we have to look at the dichotomy of what Mike McCarthy was all about. He was never about run, so those were one of the things that even when he was picked as our coach here, we said, okay, he will bring us West Coast. He is a quarterback whisperer. We was talking about Dak Prescott and these things, but what people fail to realize. We didn't talk about how much he will improve or help out the run game, and it didn't. He never helped out the run game, so we became one-dimensional. And if you look at their track record, even with the greatest arm that he had since 2010, they got one Super Bowl ring, but that's when they had a decent run game, when they won it with Aaron Rodgers. One of his impediments is that he never established the run. He was too pass happy. So it was a bad choice for the Cowboys to go from Jason Garrett, right, who we know how vanilla and bland he was, to go to a guy that was just a tier above Jason Garrett out of Mike McCarthy on his structures on how he called plays.
Okay, Law, how many explosive guys did we have last year in the offense? How many guys that when they get that, they can go?
Yeah, Lamb, that's about it, and Impossible. Lamb and Impossible, Cavante Turpin, yeah.
Okay, man, yeah, Turpin, if you know how
He's
to
impossible if you know how to use him, yeah.
I get it. But listen, when you're going up against teams like Detroit, you talk about what Philly got, you see how Washington is continuing to build. You're not.
And what do Detroit have? What do Detroit have up front?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes, they have great. But at the same time, when they were ready to draft, they went up early. They took Gibbs early. Remember, people were like,
yeah. But that's after they cut it. But that's after they done already invested in their front. You get what I'm saying? They already invested in their front five. You see, so they are a little bit ahead of us in that category, right? They didn't have that hole on their front five. You see, and I'm not being a protector of the Joneses. Yeah. I'm not being a protector of the Jones. I'm just saying that we got to wait. They still saying that they have multiple allegedly first round grades on players. So we got to wait. We got to wait until this is all said and done. One pick is not going to change this particular draft because this was one of those drafts, that really, when we was on the Cowboys Collective and we was talking to a few people that were talking all around, a lot of people were saying that this draft ain't really a special draft, to be fair to this draft.
Listen, if I go by the momentum that they started today, and you're right, we got to wait and see the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what faith do I have? And I listen to a lot of our callers read comments. Oh yeah. We get Travion in a second. We'll get Luke in a second. Why the hell do you think they're gonna be there? We're not the only team drafted.
Right.
You have to be timely in these selections. Yeah, there's only a few. And I'm so sick of hearing all this is a deep running back draft narrative, and to some of that might be true, but that lures you into a false sense of security, and then you end up with Rico from last year. I mean,
well, I don't think, not to cut you off, bro, but I don't think that this team is going to be orchestrated the same. Like I said. These are two different things, right? Like a donkey and a zebra, they may look alike, but the zebra is so much powerful. He got the strongest bite in all of the animals of non-predator animals in the Serengeti, right? So what I'm getting at is that when you look at Mike McCarthy overall system, it never was a focal point on running the ball. Now, Shotty, his system focal point is on running the ball. We can clearly see that he's trying to design a system in place so we can run the ball. We're going to do just that.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And look, in closing, just real quick, in closing. So I get that. I just think that worked in the late 90s. I think you have to score more money. TOP is great. I don't think you can do TOP where you're going to be able to win consistently against these. When you got people on the other side that in one play, two plays, they can take it to the house. That's just what I think. But there's another concept, Law. It's called disagree and commit.
Okay.
And I'm Cowboys for life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so no matter what, I'm gonna be ride or die.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna finish with that. And the other thing I want to give you your flowers of you're one of the few hosts that somebody can have a passionate disagreement with, and you can take them through the argument. It can stay respectful, and I appreciate that.
Man, come on with
it. Learn from you.
Man,
okay?
Thank you for that.
I appreciate you, bro, man.
Yes,
I really do. And please get that, if you can get that set up next season where it's a live meetup where you do the play-by-play, I'll fly down there for that, man.
Come on with it.
Gary not get my money, man. Gary ain't get my money these games. No. But I will come down to that.
Man, come on with it, man. That's definitely going to be crunk because the atmosphere, it was like the atmosphere when we did the event last night. It was impeccable, man. It was like if you had to be there to understand it. And I know that anytime that you're doing growth, right, is always that shadowy place, whereas it's like the unknown, the uncertainty, right? First time being in that particular angle and area, like you don't know the Wi-Fi, you don't know the temperaments, you don't know the traffic, you don't know the flow, how things are going to go. So it's going to be a little growing pains. But the people that was there in the audience, even though the internet cut out on the internet side, you know what I'm saying, on the YouTube side, but the people that was there, they was hearing every word. It was clear and concise. So, yeah, let's continue to grow with that, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm there. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you, bro. Keep it going.
No
How
doubt.
about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? If I can tell y'all, man, how many people reached out and said, man, hey, man, how much you do to set this up for my event? So now we have another event that we're going to be at on the 30th of this month, and it's going to be pretty good. It's momentum. It's pretty much the things that we're going to be doing. I don't want to outspeak my wisdom teeth, and I get all of that information once ink is on paper and all of this stuff. But I'm telling y'all, I appreciate y'all's support. This is bigger. Look, I never want you guys to associate me as being only germane to YouTube, right? Keep in mind, we're live on Facebook now. We got Instagram rolling. We TikToking. We are on Twitter. Shoot, maybe even on MySpace, by the way, you know, and we on YouTube, multiple channels. So what I'm getting at, baby, is that when you look at everything, be the content creator, you know what I'm saying? Don't paint yourself into one corner, right? Anything can happen just like that. And then infrastructure and set up yourself as a business, right? So that you can always be clear and concise with the things that you're going to make with this particular avenue. And that's just my business side of the things that I'm telling you guys that can help you out down the stretch. Neither here nor there. And on top of that, let me tell y'all too, podcasting, content creation is the new rappers, right? Or the new sports things, man. You know, I don't know how much Shay Sharpton lost out on that $100 million due to that scandal thing that's going on. But he never made $100 million, right, doing the stuff that he did for professional athletes for Denver, right? So I'm just getting that out there to you guys. Let's go with, I got my guy from the 201. Y'all may know him. He calls in. He's always calling in about this and that. And that's the man with the plan, 100 grand, man. What's good with you, dog? Talk to me, man.
It's good, my boy. Congratulations on the event. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
Listen here, man. I'm team weapons now. I was hurt when the pick got.
Yeah.
I was like, man, what the hell is going on here, man?
It's an evil world we live in.
Yeah.
I was upset, but you know, I thought about it and I said, you know what? It's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's right, because not only do we got to go up against those boys. Remember when we always used to say, we could put anybody behind our offensive line and they'll get 1,000 yards. Remember that?
Yeah. Look.
Long we was, remember?
Now, I wasn't really part of that committee, but I'm going to tell you this, though, 100 grand. The real strength of it is that, can you imagine if we had a strategy, bro?
And we didn't have a strategy.
We didn't have a strategy.
We were still getting 1,000 yards.
Yeah, Bucko, come on with it. Come on
getting
with it.
it.
Yeah.
Now we got a strategy, combo blocks. So he said it.
Come on.
And you could tell they cut it out. They cut it out when they repurposed it.
Yeah.
He said combo blocks and all. They cut that part out. You see that? Like, hold on. Now you telling the scheme here.
Yeah.
You telling the scheme. Man, listen. And what we say about Dak, Dak can handle those guys on the wings. It's when you come up the middle that give Dak Prescott problems.
Man, the quickest way to a
Ain't
quarterback.
no coming up the middle no more. Dak Prescott can step up all day long and get away from those guys on those wings.
Yeah.
I had to sit back and think about that.
The safest spot for any quarterback is inside that pocket, you know. And if you can,
we was never, not to cut you off.
No, you good.
But,
No, you good.
You know, we was never worried about the wings. We always was worried about that coming up the middle. You ain't coming up the middle no more.
Pause if necessary, but go ahead.
Pause. That goes for the ladies, though.
Yeah, but you know, pressure. They pressure. Let's just say pressure, you know. Come on, you know, pressure. Yeah, it's only if necessary.
Pressure.
Yeah. So we got that now, man. We got that now. So what we're gonna do now is we can get the pieces for your athleticisms of wide receiver or running back.
We need a wide receiver.
Yeah.
We need a wide receiver. We do.
Or defensive tackle, though. You can go that route.
No, hold on now.
Wait.
You're going too far.
Wait.
You're going too far now. Come on now. Wait a minute now. You're going too far. We need some speed on the perimeter. We need some speed, or we need some, you know. But this does a lot of things for us. Because we always say, oh, Jalen Hurts got the line. Jalen Hurts got the running back. Jalen Hurts got the receivers.
Right.
How do you think they got that line?
Now
everybody want to talk about they got the receivers, and all those teams want to talk about they got
now hold on.
Now
they do have here's the thing, and I kid you not. How can I put this in the safest term? How long have you been doing graphics, bro? How long have you been doing graphics and animations and all of about 3-4 years right now, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody starting tomorrow, they can't be on the same wavelength of page that you are in because you done already developed that craft. And what the Cowboy fans tend to do is, oh, the Eagles did it. Let's do it right now. No, it took them time. You know, AJ didn't win that Super Bowl, him and Smitty, that first year together, right?
No,
it took time. They just won the Super Bowl, you know. But we get so knee jerky, and we'll see it for one time and say, "Oh, the Cowboys should have won the Super Bowl with that." And no, it don't work that way. Scouting, however you say that guy's name for the Eagles, he's a legend, you know, of a coach of coaching that offensive line. You know,
he had to bring a whole new philosophy over there to get them to win.
Right. So he's been there for a moment.
That they had over there before, didn't get the job done.
There you go.
They had to fire some coaches.
Mm-hmm. So that's where we at.
Philosophy in there. They had the same players. Just what we were saying about Jason Garrett and Mike McCollum. They had the same players the year before, but they brought a new philosophy in there. They brought all new coaching staff in there. And with the same players, and switched some players up here and there, and got some new players, and won. We doing the same thing. This ain't going to be the same running schemes. And that's what... That's what people get hooked on. What we did last year, man, we couldn't get the job done.
Right.
We ain't going to have the same running schemes. This is a totally different football team. We don't know what this football team going to look like.
Yeah.
We don't.
We can only go by past results. And, of course, it's been 30 years, 30 seasons. I get that. Everybody who's angry and upset, I can't change their mind about that because those are real tangible things. Right, 30 years, 30 seasons. You know,
you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
And then we can't say Mango was garbage. We could say Mango was garbage, but you know how much the line affect that.
Come on, with
if Dak Prescott got an extra 2-3 seconds for a wide receiver to get open, then we could maybe get some wide open plays because they got all day to throw. Jalen Hurts is garbage.
Yeah.
He be having 7 seconds to throw the football.
Come on with it.
Still can't hit the receivers. Give Dak Prescott 7 seconds in that pocket and see how he light them up.
Come on with it. He'll galvanize them, though. But in closing, because I got this line long, but in closing. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it with this. Remember when they figured out how to stop Dak Prescott by dropping 7?
Yeah.
You're not dropping 7 anymore, because that falls into our advantage with our line.
Come on,
you drop 7 if you want to. Dak Prescott could run, a receiver could get open. We can put not any running back, but we can put a running back there and run on you, because we got guys that'll lift the defenders up and put them on their ass.
Come on with it.
So you can't drop 7 no more.
Come on, that's good.
Because of the line.
For your mind, man. Good call from you, 100 grand. Thank you for calling in, bro. Yes. That's a good call from Angie states, for the $4.99 for your mind, Law, the Eagles have the tush push. Now we have the meat push. Wait a minute. I don't want that. But, hey, if it works, we had to change it. The Dallas push. And don't y'all shorten it. The Dallas push. Don't y'all shorten it. Don't y'all shorten that one now. Yeah. But I can say this, though. People, when it's been long of us not being able to be successful and on our journey, Arby's, we bring the meat. You ever heard that commercial, y'all? I'm like, hey, what's going on with that? But here's what I got. I always like to tie in that book to all what we say. Like, even when the people got free from Pharaoh and they was out there wandering around in the desert for over 40 years, there was some people saying, hey, man, let's just go back, man. I'd rather be back in bondage, man. I would rather eat the food that's falling off of the floors over there with Pharaoh and them, because I'm tired of wandering around in the desert, right? So what I'm getting at is that the Cowboys, we've been such a long stay, 30 years, 30 seasons, everybody, we had the longest drought, that now we associate everything to the negative side when we draft a certain player, right? And I'm guilty of it. I'll be transparent. Some of y'all guilty of it. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, Shotty's system is far different from Mike McCarthy. I'm not pumping up Shotty because I talked to him and we know each other, right? Shotty's system is far different from Jason Garrett's. We supposed to be implementing strategy, systems, and scheme. Connor Riley is so far ahead of Mike Solari, it is crazily insane, right? Mike Solari taking naps somewhere, Hey, he's on his boost, so it's insured. He is an older dinosaur who is trying to revive and get things going, right? And I'm not even going to go down the conversation of a Jeff Blasco, Oh, no. And look, Holly, Angie, Ice, superstar status, Nick, Newhouse fam, all of y'all got the equivalency of what Jeff Blasco did at running back coach. He never coached that spot before. Don't y'all know how hard that is? To be in the position to coach a spot that you never coached before, and trying to tell people that played the game since they were 5 or 6 years old, what to do. You're not going to win that way. And I'm not beating up Blasco, but that's just the reality of it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's go with, we got some people in here, baby. 706, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's going on, Law? This Cowboy J, UGA.
What's up, Cowboys J, man? What you got for me today?
Man, I like Booker at 12.
Okay.
I want to read off my little notes. It ain't going to be long.
No, you good.
It was 8 linemen drafted in the first round, Law. Booker went 4. It was 3 in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
The kid is only 21 years old, 970 pass reps, only 2 sacks allowed. Yeah, I mean, what else do you need to say about that? He had a blown block rate of 0.8%. And he played in the SEC at Alabama. And we know what's in the SEC. Like, at what point do you realize that you got to protect up front? If all them weapons don't matter if you can't block. If you can't run the ball and protect your franchise quarterback where he can play action or we can't get third and short,
Right.
If we can't keep drives going and driving the ball, we ain't gonna be able to score and gonna put more pressure on that defense. CeeDee Lamb, best friend to me, is a strong running game where we can play action, pass, and get Ferguson in the middle of the field and put up points.
They did twist Stephen Jones' hand, today on that call. Shout out to 105 for that. We do know that wide receiver is at play though.
That's cool, but
or trade.
We didn't get Matt Millen.
Yeah,
I wanted Matt Millen, but I'm perfectly fine with alignment. Guess what? We didn't like Travis Frederick. We didn't agree with Zach Martin. We didn't agree with Tyler Smith. But those guys was hits. And Tyler Guyton, we got to give him time because he's still a young guy too.
Right.
So when the final pie made, man, we could have most our Hall of Famers up front. We don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. But at the end of the day, Cowboys, Jay, we'll see like today. Like if the 44th pick they go with another offensive lineman, then we have a right to march to the star. I'll lead the way. If the Cowboys with the 44th pick and they go get another offensive lineman, then I'm sitting here like, hey, come on now, they trolling at this point. But they got to get that skilled. I can probably almost guarantee they're going to get that skilled player. But if not, I won't be mad at Alfred Collins if he's available at the 44th spot. I would not get mad at him.
I want Dylan Sampson somewhere down the line. That's my running back. I'm an SEC fan. I watched Dylan Sampson tear up everybody he played.
No doubt.
I don't know how we're going to get a 4th round pick if he lasts that long, but hey, we'll pull it off.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, Chief.
Appreciate you.
That's Cowboys Jay from the 706, man. I'm trying to get to some of the callers who never called in before. I'm seeing your numbers in here. So some of the faithful callers, just give us a little grace here. From the 580, you're live on the Nation. Talk to the Nation. Talk to me.
What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. What you got, man?
Oh, man, nothing. Just reminding myself after that draft, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of want to do some weapons, but got to actualize the situation and look at it for what it's worth, man. If we're going
to whom I'm speaking with? Yeah, what's your name, bro?
It's Los Altos.
Who?
Los Altos.
Yeah, that part. All right, so what you got for me, man? What you got for me, bro?
Hey, just reminding everybody to be appreciative of the fact that Shotty does have a vision and it's clear to see. So that's one of the main things that I want for the organization, because in the last, how many years we can't say that the coaches have always done everything great, what I mean? So I just want the success for Shotty. I want to see a little bit of continuity. So, them choosing Booker, I think is a good idea. But at the end, I really hope that they go ahead and get that receiver, but or any other skill position for that matter, because I like defense. I'm a big defensive guy. But anyway, just keeping all that stuff in plain sight, remembering that don't get too caught up in instant gratification, because you got to remember these guys are going to be rookies. So that's all. And DC for man.
Hold tight. Hold on. Don't leave right now. Let me lock you in, bro, because I couldn't. Okay, let me type it in. LOS Altos, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, you got your voice, man. I said, man, Barry White that came from the heavens, man. Hey, boy, you got a deep voice over there.
Smooth one, bro. You ain't the only smooth one. My bad. I had to take it up an octave so people can understand me sometimes.
Yes, indeed, man. I said, man, I hope they.
Chat wild, bro. Chat is wild.
Hey, boy, you was talking. I was like, who, what? You know what I'm saying? You had the deep voice going on, man. I didn't know whether we should play some cool jazz or something or what, But I appreciate you for calling in, fam. And I'm team defense too. You know how I rock with that. Appreciate you.
For sure. And like I'm the male AI. That thing cracked me up the other day when it said, "Let's go."
Yeah, go. Yeah. You knocked the AI draws off of her, man. She was done. But appreciate you, man. Yeah, we're good, bro. Yes, indeed. Hey, I didn't know what to do, man. Shoot, I thought we was gonna turn this thing into sounds of soft souls and hits and oldies, brought to you by Los Altos. Come on with it. Yeah, come on with it. or it was gonna be this. Hey, come on. What we tell them? All right. Los Altos, brought to you by Law Nation Sports, Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. Come on with it. Yeah. Yes. Come on with it, boy. That boy done turned on. Look, y'all ladies better watch out, boy. We're going to have it going on up in here. All right, so I got the 469. What's on your mind? You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, Law.
Yeah, what's good, bro? Who this?
Mr. Range Rover, man. Mr. Range Rover.
Mr. Range Rover. Hold on, let me set this in there. Range Rover. You got one of them?
Yeah, hey, I work there, man. Land Rover Dallas, man.
Okay,
come see me.
Hey, all right. I set up the whole podcast now,
Hey, we can do it.
All right, I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire on there. I'm like, hey, we at the Range Rover. I'm inside the 2025 version. What's good with you? Are you serious? Are you serious? Or are you the GM owner, or you one of the workers up in there? Which one are you now?
I'm one of the guys, man.
Okay.
I'm one of the guys.
All right, what you got for me,
guys.
man? Are you one of them
man,
ones? Yes, indeed, man. What you got for me, bro?
Hey, Law, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. When that pick came in, hey, I just set it off and I just tuned in to you. I was tired. It took me a minute to digest it, man. But you know what? Hey, it's a safe pick. If you think about it, man, the Chiefs would have got him over Josh Simmons to protect him.
Yeah.
But, man, listen, if we're going to do this, we got to break the bank. I'm talking about I need all the millions gone, man. Mm-hmm. All of them.
All that 37 million that we sitting on. We're going to leave here with something.
Hey, we got to. And you know what? If that trade is real and we go get Breece Hall, which is cool, hey, I'm double dipping in wide receiver, man. Even though I don't think Luther Burden gonna be there or Higgins, and if they not there, man, my safest pick is I'm gonna go Andrew McCougar because I believe he's a change of pace defensive back, man, and he gonna make some things happen.
I got him around the third round though when I did most of my mocks. So you gonna go with him a little bit earlier?
I'm gonna steal him early. Reason being, because man, he gonna change. Hey, Ed Reed.
It starts from the first phone
Ed
call.
Reed, man. I'm telling you, Ed Reed, bro.
You made me hit the wrong button. I'm sitting here. You said Ed Reed. Wait a minute.
He got those traits, Law. He got those traits, Law.
Now, did you go? Now, wait a minute. Now, you related to McCougar? Are you related to Andre? Dre? Are you related to him?
I'm not, man.
Did you go to UT? What happened?
Nah, hey, that's gonna force your hand to get a receiver, a veteran. That's gonna force your hand to get a veteran. If I'm giving that third up, man, I'm making calls right now. I don't care if we going to Detroit with it or we going Pickens with it. We gotta get a veteran. I believe Mingo is gonna be a solid 3, man. Solid 3. Man, I'm telling you, man. Hey, Cooper Rush didn't do that man no justice, man, at all. All that, hey, he was worse than what they were trying to call Dak at first, a dink and dunker.
Right.
He wasn't even. Hey, they telegraphed. Hey, I'm going here. I'm going here. Hey, I'm throwing the 5. He made, man, Jake Ferguson look like he took a step back. Come on, man. Fergie was getting busy with that. All of a sudden, hey, and no more streams up the middle. Hey, no more. Everything was a 5 out.
Yeah, he couldn't throw the stream pass, though. Yeah.
Hey, everything was curls.
That stream ball is a harder pass to throw because you got to go out and up over the safety, and you got to hit him right on stride. So, Dak Prescott, I'm not putting all flowers on him on the stream pass, but he one of the better stream throwers in this game of sport that we look at. So yeah, you're right. We did lose out on that. We did lose out on that once. 4 went down, and we had to do the outs and curls and some of those things. But
They
yeah,
even
you're
throw
right.
the deep ball, man. Good.
Yeah. But man, what else you got, man, in the Range Rover?
Hey, man, we got some everything, man. I'm telling you.
Got
Hey,
some
if you're looking for a vehicle, man, with low miles, man, and amazing, immaculate, condition, man, we got it. I'm telling you.
Man, hey.
Hey,
Mine's paid off. I'm glad I don't got that note. I don't like to sink all of my money in some depreciation asset though. But I feel you though. You know what I'm saying? I thank you so much for calling in. Let me hear you say it before I let you go, bro.
Lord.
Yeah, let me hear you say it, bro.
How about them Cowboys, man?
How about them, man? Yeah. That's my guy, Range Rover. I'm gonna put Cowboy Range Rover, man. Appreciate him. And shout out to those who need to go and purchase a Range Rover. Hit up my guy from the 469, and he would take great care of you. I should have asked him which location he's at, so that somebody who want to buy that automobile, they can go ahead and head that way. The Range Rover takeover. The next caller I have on the docket, man, my brother from another mother from the 206. MJ, you're live. Talk to me, man. What up, bro?
How you doing, bro?
Well,
hey,
man,
that was a good draft.
Mm-hmm.
You need to win in the trenches. That's how you've been getting beat.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Philadelphia watched that. Redskins watched that. The Giants watched that. And they're like, they was like, fuck. They was hoping that y'all did. They was hoping that y'all did what y'all with the receiver, because they know if y'all would have got that receiver and didn't have that line ready, they was gonna eat. They was gonna come up that middle and beat you down, and then y'all would have been mad because the quarterback couldn't get the ball to the receiver. Y'all would have been crying, oh man. See what I'm saying? Now they know, and because they played them Georgia boys. They paid that boy when he was a youngin'.
Yeah.
And he did not give up a sack against none of them. I watched him in college. I was like, man, those some big boys.
Here's what I got though,
not...
MJ. Here's what I got though. You can't name me, and of course this is like low hanging fruit. Clayton Adams, offensive lineman that was in Arizona, right? Can't name me.
That's what I told. Look,
but you can name these over here. Yeah.
I brought that up to one of my friends. I say, man, I got him. I said, don't you know the two running teams was Baltimore, Philadelphia, and Arizona, and they barely beat them by a yard. And I said, only person you knew was, and this is what I'm gonna tell. I want you to tell your boy. What's his name? Our boy. He was crying. He was trying to say his lineman that's in the third or fourth round.
Hush your mouth. Hush your mouth. Okay. Somebody who crying foots.
Oh yeah.
Somebody got to send me that clip on Twitter. Angie, send me that clip on Twitter. Somebody send me that Foot's Twitter.
Foots, listen. Foots, that dude that you were saying was better than that all SEC player playing against the best D tackles in college football. You said Joe Burrow was better than that, and that's a big lie, man. You know what I'm saying? So he lied.
He lied to me. All right, man. Hey, appreciate you, MJ, man. I got a line long, man. But go ahead and close.
I know you got a line long. And how about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? Take care of that. Yeah. Take care of that. All right, guys. Let's do one to 2 points. Let's do Law tell Marv to say D tackles. It's too late. All right, so let's go to maybe no more than 3 points, 1 to 2 points. Let's get this thing going. I got Dr. Q from the 210. You in? Talk to me, Doc.
Hey, Brother Law, man. Hey. Yeah. Enjoying the show as usual, man.
Appreciate you.
I know everybody. My quick points, my bullet points here. Philly, I'm gonna hit on Philly real quick. I know it's not the right platform, but what you said a second ago, what set them up, man, was their Super Bowl actually started when they let Wentz walk. When they released him or walk, whatever, because you got to think about it. They traded back in to get 2 picks in the first round. And then that's when they went Georgia crazy. Because remember, they went pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
I think that year they had like 3 first-round picks in 17 and 18 or something like that, and it just never stopped. So kudos to them. My last point, man, is I'm kind of on the Michael Irvin bandwagon. I heard him talk with Keyshawn the other day. I agree with him on this. Everybody's talking about the pick that we just got. But, man, I'm with him on this, bro. You need a skill player. You need a skill player, bro. I'm not saying Booker's not skilled, but if you didn't pick it up in free agency, you needed to do it in the draft. And so my personal opinion, I think the kid is good from what I've seen and from what everybody is saying, but I just think you could have did a little bit better.
No doubt. No doubt, man.
That's my thing, brother. Okay?
No doubt.
All right, brother. We appreciate you, man. Thank you, Law.
Great point right there. The Cowboys would have been in a similar situation. Don't get mad at me, all of the, Dak supporters, because I support Dak. Me and Dak, we together, and people think that, just because I sat at the table that I'm supposed to protect everything that I say. And I always been saying that, and this is not me being, cocky or all of that stuff. But the only way you can go with something similar with what he just lamented, if you didn't sign Dak Prescott to last year's contract, right? And Shador sitting right there, it could be a very similar thing for you to go out there and draft a Shador, right, and sit him up under Dak. And after this year, you say, okay, Dak, hey, hit the road, Jack. But we can't do that now. You got Joe Milton, right? And on top of that, not just with Joe, you got $250 million with Dak Prescott, right? So, yes, the Eagles did a wise thing of getting rid of Carson Wheelchair Wentz. I know people that was his nickname, right? And the Eagles, we embarrassed them when we played them too. Dak was killing them boys. And we may not won the postseason and Super Bowls and stuff, but when we played the Eagles during that stretch, man, we embarrassed them boys, right? And we laughed about it. I talked about it. I laughed about it too. But the Eagles made all of their coins by doing that deal. And, of course, Titans are crazy Titans, and they gave up A.J. Brown and they got some what did they got some more stuff, first round picks from the Colts or what have you. So yeah, I get all of that. But at the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys, we televise all our moves, right? We can see where we move with from afar, right? Other deals, nobody saw the Eagles, Jurgens or whatever his name is, Cam, getting paid. It was just out of the nights. All of a sudden you woke up and he's the highest paid or one of the top centers now getting paid in the National Football League. But if it's time for the Cowboys to pay somebody, everybody gonna know about it. We all know that Bland is about to get paid or not going to get paid, right? Or we talk about it. We still going back and forth with Parsons. So we just don't handle businesses the way we supposed to handle business. Everybody know about it. And that's the differences between those things there. I got 717, then I got James Cowboy 843. Hold tight, everybody. 2 points, man. Get it out. 717, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me. Yellow, once, twice. 3 times a lady. I guess he hung up instead. He had hung up instead of unmute, I guess. James, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
What's going on, Law?
Not much, man. What you got for the Nation today?
I was just wondering, and it's real quick. I just was wondering what's going on with the Breece Hall stuff. I'm just hearing of this.
All right. So Clarence Hill reported.
Go Cowboys, and I'll hang up and you can talk.
Okay, good. I can bring that up tremendously real quickly. All right, so James, what's going on is that Clarence Hill reported that the Cowboys may be working in on a deal with the Jets about Breece Hall. Now, my thing is, my notion of this is that, and Clarence my guy. Clarence is flat out my guy. We got some things that we working with on some other stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, he's getting I'm not beating him up, man. So don't y'all be messy and clip this and be like, "Hey, I'm talking about you, Clarence." But Clarence yesterday, I mean, he had everybody in a frenzy. The Cowboys are not picking a guard at 12. And they have questions about Tyler Smith's ability to lead. There's a bigger problem at the start than publicized. From a character, work ethics, production, or role model standpoint, no one top Tyler Smith in the building. So the Cowboys hit a home run when they drafted him. So what he was standing on business of is that it was very much quicksand, right? And we took that storyline and we were boldly walking around saying that, hey, the Cowboys ain't going to go draft an offensive lineman. And then with the 12th pick of the NFL draft, the Cowboys gave Clarence Hill bad intel, or he didn't have the right intuitions. So now that Clarence Hill also reported that there could be a situation that the Cowboys are in bed with the Jets and they should be able to go out and get a Breece Hall, I'm thinking that news and storyline is more so much to do about nothing. And I'm not beating up Hill. I'm not beating up the Breece Hall. I'm not beating up his connections. Sometimes things change. But what I'm telling y'all is that there could be some tractions there. Maybe he's just wrong on this, and he's 1,000% right on the Breece. But, man, if he's wrong on both of them, he's 0 for 2, man. And I don't want to know what he's talking about today. But it is for what it is. The Cowboys, they are playing mind games with all of the people, if that's the case, So it could be a situation that I'm looking at this, if the players for the Cowboys running back doesn't fall for them, and after this draft, we could hear rumblings of the Cowboys trading for Breece Hall. Not Bryce, because I got Bryce Huff and Breece Hall mixed up last night, But the next caller on the docket here, we got 337, the 908, and then I got my guy from the 469, Lokes. So 337, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
What's good, Law?
Not much, man. Talk to me, man. What you got?
Hey, first of all, I am team weapons. So I was a little bit disappointed.
Hold on. You got to say it again, man. It sounded like you was going to another dimension, man. Let me say it now. Yeah, you good now? Yeah.
To be on point, I am team weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But Booker wasn't a bad pick. It was kind of hurting not getting what you want, but it wasn't a bad pick. It's a safe pick. And one thing that I love seeing right now is that seems like Shotty has everybody on the same page. His coaching staff seems like even kicking the Jones in the butt to get on the page too, get on the same page too. And that's very inspiring as a Cowboys fan. Finally seeing everybody looking at the picture the same way.
Mm. Well, the only thing I can say that though is we still in the honeymoon phase. She get what she want when it's the honeymoon. So.
Oh yeah. She's still looking fine. You're still not seeing all her blemishes.
Yeah, you're seeing the blemishes. Yeah.
It's good as being a Cowboy fan all these years, seeing that everybody's, the coaching staff is on the same page. They're looking at the same picture. That's very ensuring for me as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I got one more thing that I'm gonna get off.
Yeah.
About the 4th, 5th round, if he's still there, I think we should go get Trey Harris.
Ain't no way in the world he fall to the 4th or 5th. If he do, then that would be a steal, reserved too for us.
And if we do have a chance, Law, I really can see that happening. But that's all I got to say. And you have a blessed day. And thanks for everything you do for the nation, Law.
Man, I thank you, Ed. Man, appreciate you. You have a good one, okay? Yeah.
All right, you too.
No doubt, no doubt. 469, what's on your mind? You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Yo, good afternoon, Law.
Hey, good afternoon, man.
Man, hey, just want to say many blessings, and hey, we finally got our answer in the draft, man.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that Jerry Jones and the Jones kind of show their hands. And when they said that our O-line was our greatest weakness, that already showed all the alarms, correct?
Yeah.
And something that we said I mentioned is maybe they're seeing it to build within their division. And you have to see the defense of the Eagles, the Giants, them adding Carter, the Commanders, and hey, Eagles got to have a player with Campbell too. So you gotta match up against your greatest rivals, especially within your division. Because let's say you fall 0-2 against, every time you play against them, you're already
out of the playoffs. Yeah,
yeah.
If you get sweep by two teams in your division, you might as well frog a chance of you getting in the postseason. But you're right. Go ahead.
And exactly, Law. So you had to match up, their greatest assets, which the greatest assets of the Eagles is that D line. And having Barkley as a safety blanket for Hurts is your greatest asset. Because I'm gonna be honest, Hurts is he's a good quarterback. I'm not gonna say he's elite. I said what I said. He's a good quarterback, but it is what it is. I mean, the Eagles had that blessing to actually go for it, and it goes to show what a great front office does when you do your research and find your weaknesses and address it, right, Law? But in saying that, I know round two, hearing Stephen Jones in that radio kind of shows the hand of what they think of the running back room, which they said clearly, we are happy with the free agencies we have found. And they signed, how many running backs? Didn't they sign 2 running backs this year, Law? Yeah, so I don't really expect them to go round 2 or 3. They might not even draft a running back at all. I wouldn't be surprised, Law. But it is what it is. You gotta, this is the front office we have. We're DC for life. But if they don't address it, it just goes to show their hand of their incompetence of, basically they're I'm the all-knowing person.
Yeah.
No one can tell me what to do. Looking like a Nico Harrison, So
so
it is. But and my last point, I'm sorry, Law. You go on. But if they do get a running back, I really hope there's this name I do like. His name is DJ Giddens.
Okay.
He's 6'0". He's fluid in between tackles. He can catch out that backfield. I think he's from Kansas or Kansas State, but his patience is his greatest weapon.
Right.
And to see it and burst it, that's what makes him efficient. And I comp him to Tony Pollard. So if you can get me a Tony P back in this team, that's your man. See, and that's all I got, Law. Peace.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you from the 469. Yeah, I think DJ is a more all-around running back than a Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard was basically a wide receiver converted into a running back. DJ, he finishes his runs. He may not be as fast as Tony, or he probably ran a faster 40 time than Tony. I don't know for sure. But he got patient feet. He do accelerate once he gets into his stance, and once he hit his landmark, he gets upfield. So I can tell you that Connor Riley really likes DJ Giddens because, he pretty much coached him up while he was in college. So that could be that, I do like the caller on his thoughts on the team, and the way we move is just different, man. And we just got to deal with it, ladies and gentlemen. But neither here nor there. Let's get the 908 Swayze. You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me. Oh, no Swayze today. All right. I got Pastor Tim. Then I got Aaron from the 562 and the 530. Man, you ready? You got to be ready to go when we get to you. Pastor, man, you're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me from the 469. Talk to me.
Oh man, I'm so excited, man.
I want to I'm gonna give a shout out to the big boy from Alabama, man. We got an Alabama elephant, man. I'm so happy we increased the offensive lineman. Man, we got some starters, man, and I'm so grateful, man, to have an offensive lineman starter. We can start right away. Because nobody will not go get past that big boy. Because he's 3-something. 30 pounds, I think. But, man, this guy right here, man, you cannot, it's like this, brother. Can't a lion get past the elephant? No. Because an elephant is always what? Stronger. A wild elephant, always what? Powerful. So I want to welcome home to the wild horse, the Cowboys, who's needed all this time. Offensive guard.
Right.
And I want to get a shout out to that, brother. And I want to thank you for helping me. And I want to say, when you pick, I'll tell you something. You make one step to God, He make 2 steps to you. And I'm telling you, everybody be encouraged, man. And I'm getting ready for the day 2 draft.
Okay,
and
day
I'm ready
2.
for it. Day 2 draft. And I'm ready for it. And how about them Cowboys?
How about them? All right. Yes, indeed. That's Pastor Tim, man. Put y'all hands or feet or whatever you have, put them together for him, man, and make some noise for him. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. And shout out to, we got a donation from Adam Garcia for the $10 Cash App, man. Appreciate you.
And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors.
I got from
Ushers,
the 562, man. You're live on the Nation, man. Brought to you by Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. Talk to me.
Hello.
Yeah, what's good with you, bro?
Oh, just make sure you can hear me.
Man, I can hear you.
Man, we got a dog. I hope he plans out like how Tyler Smith came out on his rookie year.
Right.
If we got 2 of those, I think it will overshadow Tyler Guyton. Hopefully they'll motivate him to do better.
Yeah.
But if the 3 T's and Cooper BB, bro, if they all sync, we're gonna be dominant on the line.
Yeah, the 3 T's or the 4 T's now and 1 BB. 4 T and 1 BB. Boy, you came up with a good nickname, bro. The 4 T's. 4 T's and a BB, man. I'm gonna take that one from you, bro.
Hey, man, you know what you got.
Yeah, I already know.
Stop, thief! Come back, thief!
Go ahead.
It was a good draft. I'm surprised Shador didn't go nowhere on the first day, so we'll see where he goes on the second day.
What you think about that, though? You think that, I think now this is my thing. I think that they are trying to humble the kid based off of what his father already spoke into existence for him, right? And they seeing it in his operations, and they're trying to humble him. And believe it or not, if anybody got a chance to talk to Shador outside of like his game mode stuff, he's a very humble kid. It's the funniest thing.
Right. When the Giants traded back up to get Dart, I was like, that's disrespectful.
Man, they probably crushed him. They tried to crush him, I don't blame the Giants though for what the Sanders was able to do when he played for the Cowboys against the Giants. So they probably like, we're gonna get you back. But keep going.
Crazy. But yeah, I ain't had too much. I just hope the second round. Do you think they're going? There's still a good couple of decent running backs in the draft. Do you go? You still go BPA, right?
BPA, yeah. BPA.
But we need help on defense.
Man, we do need help on defense, man. That's why if we go trenches.
The mode and not giving Dak Prescott a weapon.
Like, Tut can still be a weapon in the third, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we
you think he'll last to the third?
I think Tut can last to the third. Simpson can last to the third, like Sampson, I meant to say, can last to the third. Cal can last to the third. R.J. Harvey, he still probably would be there. I don't know, man. It's one of those things. Whereas when you really think about it, like where you want to be dominant at in the trenches. I have a good feeling again. Oh my God! It might be a defensive tackle.
It was say if the front seven can get pressures on the quarterback, it will lessen the pressure on our DBs.
Yeah. And your DBs always flourishes when you have a good front seven. Always. Yeah.
True. Okay. Yeah, but that's all I got. Hopefully we do good on the second round. We'll see what we do.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in, Chief.
No problem. Anytime.
No doubt, man. I got Woodrow, man, from the 530 to the 901. 530, you're live on the nation.
All nation to go. What up, man?
Man, all is well, bro.
Sir, yes, sir. So I appreciate you for taking my call. I just want to start out with saying I was team weapons.
Yeah.
But I was also team trenches, team secondary. I'm team winning. Whatever we got to do to get the wins. And when they drafted Tyler Booker, I was a little not disappointed because I knew that he was possibly a option for us to go to. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Who was? I have a question for you though. Who gave up the first sack last year versus the Browns? Who gave up that first sack?
I thought it came off of Guyton's side, didn't it?
I might be wrong, but I know one of the really good sacks that came up that game was on Zach Martin.
Oh yeah. He bulldozed through Kid, and he walked him back. Yeah, you right. Damn, boy, you guys are good memory. I love to see that.
I haven't heard nobody talk about it yet. The first, I thought that was the first sack. I know it was the hardest sack. If it was not the first, it was Zach took a pretty good hit. But
he did.
Zach gave up that sack. And then another question. So when did our running game start doing good? Later when Zach Martin was being backed up by Brock Hoffman or TJ Bass, I believe. What I thought when I'm watching the games, I'm seeing Zach Martin wasn't in there when our running game was doing good.
Yeah. But they refocused. They had to regroup and do some things. Yeah, so you're right. I think that, Zach Martin was just trying to survive, man, to get that year out, get that contract guaranteed money and get moving,
Zach Martin, though, I appreciate everything he did. And I know that he was seeing that or feeling in the last part of his days as a football player, as well as Tyron Smith, too. They were talking about how they wanted to leave in one piece. The family's retired. Yeah.
It's a rough road, man, playing this sport, bro. And we can't and we can only look at it from an entertainment piece, but it's a battle. Man, it's a battle going in and out. Yeah.
And the trenches have the hardest battle, which none of us really give. That's not to say none of us, but
right.
The majority of Boys fans don't really look at the offensive or defensive linemen and look at them as parts of our team when they're not out there catching the ball, running the ball, throwing the ball. They're the integral part. They're what keeps they're the main reason our team is a team.
Right, no doubt. But man, Woodrow, man, is a great call from you, bro. Thank you so much for calling in, fam. No, good call from a man. Last but not least, man, 901. You've been waiting to hear. Appreciate you for calling in, bro. What you got for me before we wrap it?
What's going on, Law?
Not
901 in the house. Man, I was floating between the game last night and the draft, and man, my Grizz, that was just brutal, man. Oh my God, that killed me. But I had 2 points, and I'm gonna let you go. The first point is everybody knows what we need, and everybody was high on receiver and Genty, and I was high on Amarion, but one thing Jerry said in his the post first round presser, he was talking about the lines, and we both know offensive line makes a difference. We know that Dak Prescott is not that guy. If we can put him in position like Goff, maybe he can attend higher in Goff, because Goff had no reason losing that game. I mean, I know they had injuries on defense.
Man, they had 16 injuries, bro. I think if they were healthy, and the offensive coordinator didn't sell off, because Gibbs was averaging 7 yards. He was averaging 7.5 yards per toe. He touched the ball 3 times in the second half. That's coaching. That's coaching problems.
And that was going to be my second point. Coaching. Our problem over the years have not been the players. It's been dysfunction in the locker room, which we found out all that stuff was going on last year. The politics of Ezekiel over Rico, the politics of keeping Zach in there, just like your previous caller said, instead of putting in T.J. Bass or Hoffman. Can Shotty rise above politics and dysfunction and truly be the coach we need? Coach.
What
he claims to be making every position a competition. I don't know.
Now, what he's going to have to overcome is he's got to be wise like a serpent, is what Stacey Elliott said. He got to be wise like a serpent, right? And as gentle as a dove, right? So when you're dealing with the Jerrys, think of them as Kim Kardashians, right? Back in the days, or still modern day. They need the spotlight, the glam, the fame. They need to be able to talk about these things. They need to have a press conference on the front end and the back end of these drafts. They're going to have one tomorrow again. They're going to have one later on tonight. So you got to figure out a way to be so crafty with Jerry and Steven to make it as if it's their ideal.
Exactly.
Because they got big egos, man. And unfortunately, that's just how it is. If Jerry Jones thought of the curtains first before the sunlight hit the stadium, then they would have been up there. But by somebody telling Jerry, hey, it would be nice if you put those curtains up there to block the sun from coming into the face of the faces of the wide receivers and stuff like that. And then Jerry argues the fact, well, that sun been there for billions of years, right? And it shouldn't affect the football game. No, it do affect the football game. And have you ever noticed that it only affects us and not the opposing team, right? So Jerry got that ego, so you're going to have to craft it, and I hope Shotty is wise enough, and I think he is wise enough to be able to lead Jerry into the right pathway by making it his idea first. And we'll see how crafty he can be with that.
I got you. One more thing.
Go ahead.
And this is a point to all young black men out there. We all saw what happened to Shador,
right,
which we recognize it was a travesty.
Right.
I'm trying to be politically correct because I know you have a wide range of viewers. As a young black man, you got to work twice as hard and be twice as humble. Shador is that guy. I wanted to get him at 12. I would be like, forget Prescott, forget the money, because that guy, if you saw his games and saw the beating he took with that line he got, the guy can play, man. There's no reason why he should have got blackballed because of Dion or whatever. Maybe he was too brash, too confident. But as a young black man, I want you guys to just stay humble and just keep working hard, because
you ever watched the I think the name of the movie is called the Original Gangster. I think my guy played in it. Yeah. Denzel played in it, as the gangster guy. What the people don't like is, and I'm not making this a white black thing, but what they don't like is,
trying to stay away from that
I know, but they get it. For those who have been around for a long time, they get it. They don't like flashy. So just like the people that are watching this show, we ain't talking about them, right? We talking about the older, higher up people. Young crowd, man. 30 years from now, everybody gonna be on it. Like the young generation, they don't really care about that. But I'm talking about like the people that's like around Trump age and north of that. You know what I'm saying? They don't like to see that flash. When them brothers get up there with them big old chain, I'm sitting there, he in the green room with a chain bigger than a damn elephant that Pastor Tim was talking about on his neck, right? They sitting there like, how you gonna be in the league before you get to the league, already showcasing your jewelry, your flashing, your flamboyancy, and that's what got old boy trouble. When he put on that damn mink jacket or whatever it was, I said, hey, wait a minute now, hold on. Now he got too much flashing going on. You know, they don't like all that flashy stuff, bro. But burner count 5 says, wait a minute now, a brother went number 1 overall. But if you look at the temperaments, he wasn't as flashy as prime time son is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not making this about this and that, but when you it's a level of humbleness that you got to walk in certain spaces, and people will try to humble you. You don't people don't see. Don't you know there's a real reason why Shannon Sharpe is getting all of these attacks at him? Because he's about to sign $100 million. You know what I'm saying? Deal. Don't y'all know, and I might be out speaking my wisdom teeth, but at the end of the day, when Bill Cosby was saying, hey, I'm finna go get CBS, I'm finna go buy, well, he was about to purchase CBS or something like that.
Yeah.
NBC. NBC. Yeah, it's true. All of a sudden, when R. Kelly said, hey, I'm about to get my own rights to my music, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna buy back my show. Let me, Angie Stone, let me stop talking. Boy, they fool around and get a knock at my door over here. When you start talking about owning your own music or owning your own rights or publicists and owning all of your stuff, people don't like that stuff. They don't like when you start talking too much, you know? And they come knock on that door, you know what I'm saying? Knock the rings off of you. You get what I'm saying? So they're just for what it is. They don't like all of that stuff, you know? That's for what it is.
And for all you young ladies out there, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Y'all know what the game is. If Shannon Sharpe is paying you $20,000, $30,000, and he dump you all of a sudden, moving on to the next shit, just take your loss. Don't. I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good.
I don't want you to get off the airwaves, man.
Yeah.
Memphis in the house, M-Town, making easy money, pimping.
Yes,
I'll let you
indeed.
finish me.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, bro. You know, that was a good call from him for being the last caller, too.
Goodbye.
But I'm not trying to say that I don't want y'all young, youthful kids to wear flashy jewelry and wear those things. I just don't do it. I'm old school. You know, I'm not finna wear something that I can just put. Now, jewelry is an investment now. You know, I'm not saying that jewelry have a depreciation factor. Jewelry absolutely appreciates. It don't depreciates, right? But I ain't finna wear it all around me. No. I'm not finna do that. You know, OnlyFans Sharpe. Sharpe is going through some whole bunch of stuff. And that's because the bigger the brighter the lights, the bigger the money, the bigger people gonna start sifting through stuff. And just like with Shaq, you know, Shaq is a billionaire with a B. He got money everywhere. And he was like, oh, Shay Sharpe doing that? Let me find some more dirt on him because what he did to me. Right? And that's crazy. You know, Cat Williams said they're gonna come for him. Yeah. So Shador filed for bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is wild, and sometimes you get bad advice, and he did do that. Leonardo DiCaprio gets a new girlfriend when they hit the age of 25. Yeah, there's some people like him, you know, young. The Drake song, you know, or my other guy. But it's just how it goes. These young hussies messing up the game. I feel you, man. Pilar not having it, you know, I get it, man. Here's the thing, and it's a twofold. Shador's not all the way completely innocent of this because of his father making the statement. And sometimes you speak things into your own demise. Like Dion out here saying, well, I don't want my son playing for cold weather teams. Well, that cuts half of the feet from up under him, you know? So even though Mike Tomlin may have wanted Shador Sanders, if I'm not mistaken, is Pittsburgh Steelers, that's a cold weather team, right? So they're sitting there like, hey, your daddy said he don't want you playing for cold weather teams. We don't want Prime all the way up here talking this and that, you know. So, no, we ain't going to draft him. We're going to move up on him. Now they might consider today if he falls to the Steelers or what have you. But it goes both ways. Prime do talk good stuff. But at the end of the day, he can also cut his legs out from under his own son's feet by saying that, hey, I don't want my son to go here, and I want him to go there. And he got very strong power of influences. Influences is a strong way, and these networks are sitting there like, okay, are you willing to deal with this? Are you willing to deal with that? And are you willing to hear this yapping about my son is not getting the proper opportunities, whether he is good or not? And if I'm not mistaken, let me know. Jackson Dart, y'all know how, that's my guy, you know what I'm saying? Ole Miss, shout out to him. Mississippi boy. But let me know in the chat. Are the Giants a cold weather team? You know, so that could have been the situation there. Mike Tomlin already tired of distraction. So that's why I say, is politics going to play? But if Shador didn't have Prime as his father, maybe he would have been drafted in the first round. But Shador's way of going through this thing went the oddest way possible. Some of y'all don't know where JSU is located at, but I went there. I got my degree from JSU way in 2006 in business administration, concentration in econ. They was building the building that I graduated from. In the concentration out of that class, it was only 11 of us that graduated out of the econ department. So I know the back end of being at JSU. I know what it took to be at that school, and I can see what Prime Time was able to bring to the campus and bring to the university. And the structure, they didn't like him there. People don't know in Hinds County that they got bad water, and all of the surrounding counties got good water. But 85 to 87% of Hinds County look like me. Yeah, so it was political. And Prime was out there so like, look, man, just turn the darn water on for the kids, man. We can sort out the other stuff later. We need some fresh water, man. You know, come on, man, let's do the right thing. You know, so at the end of the day, he overstepped some boundaries that people didn't like. And if you think I'm lying, look up what happened to Medgar Evers over there in Jackson, Mississippi. Let me know what you come up with. Like, this world is crazy. I'm from Mississippi. I get it. 82 counties. And how they gerrymandering the rules and everything. I get out of that. But by Prime bringing his son and being able to flex and get Travis Hunter there, them people was mad. Even Nick Saban, who's about to be one of the first billionaires from the coaching aspect, he was mad at Prime for the way he was moving. People don't like those type of authorities, especially coming from him. So they say, okay, you might have won the battle, but the war is far from over. Yeah. So, yeah, I ain't going to bring up the Diddy situation. Yeah. Yeah, boy, I ain't going to talk about that one. So those are things. Shout out to you, Sam, for the Cash App, for the $2 Cash App. Thank you so much. But what I'm getting at is that these things are bigger than what we can see from our eyes, right? Yeah. That boy better play. That boy better play football in Brazil. I feel you there. You know, the play stole the money from them too. Yeah, and I ain't gonna get on how we are our worst enemies within ourselves, and I'm talking about in my community. Shoot. Whoa, shoot. That culture, man, is crazy. Yeah, but it's a real tangible thing. And for those on the outside looking in, they would never see it that way. This was about an hour ago. Brandon Laurie, shout out to him. He said Schottenheimer, when it was quoted on the night of talking about the transition of Tyler Booker. Let's talk about this right quick. And boy, we got 4 or 5 more minutes left. Okay, let's go.
So
the ability to move him around is something we don't have any concerns about. He's a damn good football player. And is there a little bit of a learning curve where they have to learn their stance and sets and things like that? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's football, and you go one way really, really fast, and if somebody gets in your way, you knock it out of them.
I love it. You knocked that out of him. Come on with it. Yeah, and somebody said, meanwhile, Brett Favre, that boy done stole all of the money from the state of Mississippi. If it was anybody else, boy, that boy been locked up and they ain't letting him out. Shoot, Brett Favre out here walking clean away with everything.
My turn!
Yeah, shoot. Golden slid a bit, he did. Golden definitely slid. I like Shiloh. Hope he drafted him. I think you could get Shiloh in maybe the 6th round, something like that. And he's going to be a good hitting safety, and I think he'll bring a lot of good stuff to the table. Yeah, a lot of moxie. Yeah, appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. Did you guys enjoy this show? Put a 1 in the chat. And if you new here, man, put a 2 in the chat if you subscribe today. I really appreciate y'all for these marathons type of shows, man. If we offended anyone, just charge it to my beard, not my heart. We just try to give you guys the real, raw, uncut, unscripted videos of, like, everything was basically freestyle today. Literally. Everything was freestyle today. We will be live later on. There should be some individuals, maybe videos throughout until about 6. I'm going to give myself a break. I got some wings over there from Wingstop. Lemon pepper with ranch. That's what I'm going to eat. Shador ain't gonna fall all the way to the field. Shiloh will. Shiloh will. Shador ain't. Mississippi making a statue just for Brett Favre. Clinton Porter's from Mississippi too. Shout out to all my Mississippi guys though. Elvis. Morgan Freeman. Spicy garlic, I may have to try that one the next time. Lord, the money don't break, it don't. Shout out to you, Michael Gibson. Much love to everyone that's here. Somebody stated that Shador would finish his career as a Cowboys, though. Shout out to you, Lisa. Thank you for all of your support as well. In our departing, boy, got 9 more picks to go. I'm looking for that difference maker. It may be today with the 44th pick. It may have been yesterday. But the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around, Big Crit, David Branner, put Voch Lombardi, man, he's from Mississippi. Come on with it. And don't forget about Law Nation, he's from Mississippi. Suge Knight from Mississippi. Ray J and Brandy, they don't claim it, but they from Mississippi. What's the guy named? Drake. What's his name? Soulja Boy. Batesville. That's from Mississippi, man. Well, we got some Mississippi ties all around. But regardless of whether you're from Mississippi, Texas, Alabama, Florida, California, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Arkansas, New York, Boston, 13 colonies, all of them, man. No matter where you're from, Pluto, Mars, beyond the ice wall, Guam, Japan. Put down where y'all from too, by the way. As long as the beat of your heart is crying Cowboys and you got the silver and blue in your veins and you don't like this team, you love this team. Connecticut. Yeah. You can be from Alaska. As long as you got that Cowboys blue in your body, your mind, your soul, things gonna be all right. I would rather be a Cowboy fan, truest, in this 30-year, 30-season drought than to be an Eagle fan for one day, a Giant fan for 50 seconds, a Washington fan for 1 second. Y'all get where I'm going? Pluto is wild work, right? Mama said there'll be days just like this. I've been waiting for multiple days just like this. Flying above the rest. Shout out to you. Flying above the rest. He a real one. He had to go get me some socks yesterday. There's a whole backstory behind that. Maybe I could tell y'all on another day. But write this down. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, or lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity. Cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or the sickness of body or brain can turn you all away from the things you want. If dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you superstar Nick, Posey, Roger, Adam, Jacob, anybody that's watching, are flying above the rest, Nick, making sense, Jerry, Wayne, Jones, Droko, David Duval, Anton, Sadiq Charles, Ice Cold Cowboy, you will be able to get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. In the words of Prime.
Give me my theme music.
Yeah. Shout out to Flying Above the Rest and Angie, appreciate you. But Flying Above the Rest, he was the first one at the event. Helped me move equipment and stuff in. You know, what I learned is people do what they want to do. And he was there early. I'm talking about like 4 o'clock early. I'm like, oh, no. That's what I like right there. Come on. Yeah. Law. Lift your head up, Cowboy Nation. Come on with it. Los Altos. I see you.
9 out of 10, roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me.
Shout out to you, Sammy.
Fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies.
David Woods.
Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Rebel
I'm
chick.
number 1 up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady.
Come on.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice, and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on, Law Nation, let's get it.
I wake up,
Law
thumb down that
Nation.
no drip this.
Come on with it. From SoCal, I see you, Nick. JD from DC. G Cuddy. Walker Wade. Texas Walker Wade. Maximili. DJ said, I see you.
Might crash, might but first I tell them run it. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe.
Shout out to the Fun Size Committee. I see you, Adrian. What a thick. If you like thick, put thick in the chat. Come on with it.
This with the devil used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions.
SCDCFC. Law Mafia. Come on with it.
Promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Hey, line, come on. Law Nation. Be sure to support the nation, man. Click the links that's in the description box, man. That does a lot for us, man. We're trying to get out to Oxnard. We behind the 8 ball. We're going to have to get some funds going. So I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you all of y'all. Come on with it. Let's get it. LB3.
And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna lead together. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. But I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $1. Because again, it costs the city. I got you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, bring them baskets. I want the baskets. I need to see the folks. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the take your phone and stick it on the bucket. Shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. Let the street lights hit you.
Shout out to the Rewind gang. Come on.
We should be able to.
Wherever you go, whatever you do. Come on with it. Hey, Dickathon, I see you. Dick 4L. I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do, whatever you do.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It is
If a paper crane
I
can
cannot
fly,
believe it!
then gravity doesn't feel that far.
Greetings, Your Highness!
So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
I got nothing but love for you, baby. Got nothing but love for you, baby.
Hey, ain't nobody calling me.
And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors.
Hey, bro, come on now,
Bartend! What is your profession?
Hush your mouth, hush your mouth.
They can come closer than close, yeah. Original they never will be.
I'm still them boys.
Sacrifice. Nobody
boys. Call and check on me.
does it bad.
Them boys.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, so I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything I had.
Now y'all don't want to call and check on the pastor. I'm still them boys.
I ain't mad.
It's my turn. I told me it was my turn.
It's my turn.
Give me my thing, you.